hosting time. You can glean that however you want.
All right, say hello to the stream, everyone.
Hello, Twitchies.
Hello,
Hello,
stream.
stream.
Hello.
Hi, stream.
I
So, a bit of news. The song that just played was the freshly made, just for us, theme for the campaign.
and every other campaign if we want to use it because we own it.
That is our
Good.
game made special just for us by, and remind me, what's your uncle's name? I forget. It's Kevin O'Connell.
Yep, Kevin O'Connell. Very somewhat famous jazz composer from Chicago, Illinois. He's been doing it about 40 years and composed, writ, and performed that for us, and now it's ours. So no stealing.
Yeah. So, if you guys want to know more about that, be sure to join the Discord, and we will let you guys ask all sorts of questions about it. But for right now, we're running a little bit late. So why don't we go ahead and get started with the recap? How's that sound?
Yes.
Does that sound like a plan?
That sounds like a plan, Jan.
All right.
Yippee.
Give me 1 second and I will stream it.
About to say you're still on starting soon.
I know. I'm on starting soon on purpose. I'm still setting up.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Let's jump right in. Our noble paladin Ari fought and won his duel in an impressive display of skill, but at a steep price. He felt the connection to his previous god was severed, and instead something new took its place. He then took a closer look at the bracelet he won and was transported inside. Once inside the bracelet, he saw a vast landscape with a small hut in the center of a forest. The hut itself was on fire, and as Ari approached, he was greeted by a beautiful being named Delisimir. Our noble paladin immediately offered to try and help her find her freedom, but was unsure of how to do so. She informed Ari he should start with finding her old adventuring companion Idala. She also let him know that he could request one wish from her, but it would come at a price. He was then transported back outside the bracelet, and once outside, we all tried to piece together what had occurred. Collectively agreeing, we would help Ari in his quest to free Delisimir. We then decided to get some rest before setting out the next day. Early in the morning, we began our travels and eventually stopped unexpectedly, finding ourselves face to face with the ghost train. Arabella informed us this was Sire 1313, a dread realm. The nobles we were escorting acquired a ticket for us to board, stating it was the safest way to the city of Jozht. Once inside, though, we would have to play the part. None of the passengers knew they were dead, and if we arose suspicion, we would be attacked. Then, a being draped in black robes akin to the Grim Reaper itself beckoned us on board. How wonderfully macabre. Once on the train, we did the thing all good adventuring parties do. We split up. Arabella saw a figure that appeared to be her father and gave pursuit, with Avon quickly on her heels. Ari and Althea proceeded to the front of the train to observe the surrounding area, while myself and Saya stayed behind to order dinner. Arabella found herself having a conversation with the spirit of her father, but he was not supposed to be aboard this train. This was not where he had died. She spoke with him, bringing out some deeply buried emotions she thought long gone. Even in his attempt to go after Arabella had stepped through a room and found himself locked in a prison cell, forced to relive some of his worst moments. Saya slipped away, summoned by Samael, who had somehow gotten his own ticket on the train, where they enjoyed each other's company in private. Ari and Althea walked right into what appeared to be a dress fitting for a wedding. Althea was given a dress equipped with blades that complemented her looks and fighting style. Towards the front of the train, they noticed a noble being questioned and then attacked by the passengers. It seemed the train was growing suspicious. Meanwhile, I was back having dinner alone. Confused as to where everyone was, I decided I should look around. I found Avon in a stupor, and in my attempt to wake him was nearly stabbed. Fearing the train was working against us, we rushed to find Arabella. Face to face with her father, he began to change into something ghastly before lashing out at her. Avon threw himself in harm's way to protect her, and I drove the ghastly specter away. We ran back towards the front of the train where we regrouped with the others. With the remaining nobles killed, the ruse was up. It was time to run. We fought the ghosts. We fought each other. We survived, but barely. I pointed out the group's inability to be there for each other. We were lucky. On the beach, Ari went to comfort Arabella, who was still reeling from seeing her father trapped on Sire 1313. I spoke with Saya, who informed me that Samael instructed her to cause as much chaos as possible in Jozht, and that same chaos would then be unleashed on Zobek. We planned accordingly. Avon largely kept to himself, deeply contemplated, trying to figure out what his next move would be. Saya then proceeded to speak with Arabella, requesting her participation in our plans for Jozht and Zobek before nodding off. After which, Arabella sought me out near our little campfire to reassure me she was not angry. We had a nice heart-to-unbeating heart moment and agreed that Samael is likely up to something and using us as pieces in his game. Now, let's see what the cards have in store for us as we enter the city of Jozht.
All right. Fantastic.
Yes.
All right. We all set then?
Yep, I got my spaghetti.
Yes.
I got my sweet tea.
Yes.
I got a nap. I am good to go.
Fantastic. All right. For those of you who listen into these sessions, we are implementing a new rule this week in which players can call out the code phrase spotlight if they need to inform me that they need a singular session with the DM and not to have anyone kind of talk over them while they're trying to get my attention. So if you hear someone call out spotlight, that's what we're going to work on doing. Now, with that taken care of, are we ready to play some D&D?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Well, I guess we should get started then.
Now recording.
Goodbye.
Hello.
Yo, Craig. Hello.
All right, where have we arrived? We have arrived now over into the free city of Jozht, far, far northern part of Midgard. After your harrowing trip here on the Sire 1313, which, did they give me a full map of Jozht? They did give me a full map of Jozht. Wow, Cobalt Press, coming through with the maps.
Yes, for all your DMing and gaming.
I can't see anything. It's all black. Oh, there we go. There's water in
Okay.
Jozht.
There's water in Jozht. Jozht sits way up at the north, so this is like the northern coast. So if I look at the other map correctly, does it even mark it correctly? Kind of. You notice if you check over in the top corner, it'll tell that north is kind of this way. So really the map should be, horizontal right now. Which means you guys are dropped off a little ways from it. You're going to come in over here from that corner. And actually, let me unlock all of the notes on the map. I don't see why any of them should really be hidden from you guys. Sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't. Let's see.
Sometimes a random undead owns a shop in the back and you don't want him to know.
What?
But I don't know. We haven't found the undead shop now.
I haven't found the undead shop. Sometimes you just want to get a discount from a dwarf running the shop and you kill him instead.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Fair
Who's to
enough.
say how these things happen?
Is there like a ferry that goes across the big river in the middle?
Yes, there is a ferry that traverses the river Prosloka.
Okay.
All I could think of is prosciutto.
So,
So you guys arrive over here, coming down Thorns Road. See, security here looks a lot like it did in Zobek. There's several guardsmen out the front checking papers.
oh
Are we
fuck.
supposed to have papers? Are we supposed to?
Bum bum
Oh.
bum.
We're gonna find out.
I'm about to find out.
Yeah.
Arabella, roll me a perception check with advantage.
Okay. Oh,
9. Nope, your head's still not in the game.
nope.
Avon over here with your 20,
24.
20, 23, 20 something?
24.
24.
Yeah.
24 passive perception. Notice that, remember, this section of Midgard, the old Krakovar kingdom, is currently occupied. Excuse me. It's currently occupied by the Vampire Kingdom. Jozht, as a free city, technically exists outside of that kingdom. So technically, Jozht is a free city. So they're still a free city. They're not occupied by the vampires at all. So as you notice in here in line to come in, you do spot several figures, hoods fully drawn. Occasional bit of skin you can see is very pale. Seems like there's a couple of vampires in the line.
Okay.
Okay.
Which actually, I should have asked that other question too. At what time of day or night are you guys, seeking entrance?
I would think dawn.
I thought we were going in the morning, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't want to assume.
But
I remember Saya's
okay, I
got
don't know if I
Arabella.
noticed the vampires because I am currently Arabella. And Arabella is somebody else. I rolled really high on that disguise check.
Okay, Sarah Bella over there.
Sarah.
I was gonna say I'm Sayabella, yes.
Saya Bella.
It doesn't help.
Hey, that's a pretty good ship name too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Saya Bella. Someone write that down.
Hey, hold
Write that
on.
down. Write that down. Althea looks at the group and looks everyone over. Well, what names are we going with?
I already have mine.
Arabella?
Okay.
Sayabella?
I'm going by Arabella. I don't know what you're going by, she says.
This is why we talk about these things, people. So
Well, I thought it would be obvious that I'm going by Arabella.
yes, I understand that. But Arabella, what are you going by?
Part of me wants to be serious and say that she's going as Sayabelle, but then part of me just wants to be like, oh, I'm going as Saya.
Do what you want.
Just say your name is Wim.
Ah, there we
Sounds
go.
like-
It's Wim.
I haven't even given you that name, have I?
I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
think
Doing it on a
so.
whim.
I don't
Yeah.
think she's heard that name.
Whim sounds good. I'm doing it on a whim.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
you guys make it up to the front parts of the gate. You see the guardsman over there looking over. Goes, you have entry papers.
Papers. I didn't know we needed papers.
It goes, you're not citizens of Jozht.
No.
Oh, okay. Yep, the papers are for citizens to, to get through a screening real fast. He directs you like through the first set of gates over to where there's a dwarf sitting behind a desk and he's like processing people. Who comes first in line?
I'd say probably Althea.
Okay, you come up there. He goes, name,
Althea.
country of citizenship.
I don't
Know the
answer.
country of
No, out of character. I don't know the answer to that question.
Your Fey court is the honest answer. Your winter court.
Yeah.
So
what
the
country
Feywild
is
or a winner of that. I don't know if you want to tell him that or not.
the Feywild?
Yeah. Is that what you tell him?
She's gonna hesitate and say the Feywild.
It like looks up at you, like bushy eyebrows, just kind of raises. Feywild. All right, and he writes that down. Purpose of visit?
Just passing through.
Pastor, how long do you expect to be?
I don't know. We've had quite the interesting journey, and a stop to rest would be nice.
I'll put you down here for 3 days. If you're here for any longer, you'll need to come back and register for an extension. If you are caught in the city limits, or if you are asked by a guard, you must provide this licensing paper. And if you are caught within the city limits without having one that is currently not expired, then you will be arrested and fined.
I see.
Very good. Then he takes the paper, stamps it, and slides you, like a small slip for a temporary license.
Okay.
And the rest of you come through. So I'll just go down the line, and the pertinent questions are going to be, what's your name and where you're from.
Yeah.
So, Sarabella.
I am Arabella Eleanor from Morgal.
From Morgal, got it. Stamps gives you your paper. Ari.
Ari Galathiel of Marguerite Forest.
Uh-huh. Avon.
Brody Erevan from Zobek.
Brody Elver, gotcha. Okay, next. Joyblade.
I'm Avon Galathiel, no relation to Ari Dobek.
Oh, fucking God.
That's an error that I came up with you a while ago.
Both of my hands are in my head right
Joyblade, roll deception.
What do we got here? Deception.
Joy Blade is as an intuitive.
Holy
as
cow.
Yeah,
28.
Wow.
28. Goodness.
I believe you.
Your deception's plus 11.
Yeah.
God. She goes, he looks at you, looks over, Ari goes, I should hope it wasn't a relation there. Otherwise, your mom would have some explaining to do.
That's a good one.
Stamps it, hands you your note. Arabella.
I just completely.
that's he.
Yeah. Okay. I'm Lim Watertight. I'm from Zobek.
You're watertight?
Yeah.
Is that last name or first name?
His last name.
Okay, first name?
Lim.
Sorry, Rosie, I can't make that out.
Whim.
Wim.
Wim, okay. Wim Watertight.
Yeah, definitely is giving you an odd look over here.
He stops and looks and goes, purpose here, are you looking for work? Because pardon me if I'm being presumptuous or jumping to conclusions, but from the name set here, I would assume you were like a courtier or, perhaps a lady of the night.
Or a plumber.
It's a pretty big spectrum there. Lady of the night, plumber.
Maybe she enjoys aqueducts. Maybe she's an architect.
I'm here to clean your pipes.
Maybe she's a boat girl.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things watertight could be.
Oh
This
my
is
God.
a shipyard.
Rosie?
She says, yeah, I'm here for work.
Okay. You'll want to go and head down to the. Okay, I got to remember that my north is not what I think it is when I'm looking at this. That's gonna fuck me up so much. The east end of town, there's a place called the Uncommon Porpoise. They're always looking for girls to work.
Oh, thank you. After she gets through in a little ways away, she's gonna cough and go, oh my God, who knew that using such a light voice was so fucking straining?
Excuse me. Where might I go to buy some gems, like diamonds.
Miss Arabella, is that you? Saya, you flip around, hearing someone call out for Arabella, and you kind of freeze up a little bit. Because standing a little ways from you, very nice, opulent coat, large top hat with a cane in his hand, is the Duke Stormrun, the father of Aaliyah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I'll
Why, yes,
take
it's
that.
me. This is my maid, Whim. And suddenly, Arabella gets yanked to my side.
yes,
Um,
that's me. I'm the maid.
Oh, fantastic. My sister told me you would be approaching, and I've been keeping an eye on the gates ever since. We have some business to attend to, yes?
yes, we certainly do.
Fantastic, of course.
Wim is gonna whisper to her, I don't think I should go with you.
I'll kind of nudge
That's
Joyblade and go.
okay.
"Urgh."
All right. Don't you Joy Blade? Aven? Maybe
Yeah,
I could use your assistance this time.
you mean
No, the
Brody?
other Aven. No, I mean
No, I think she
quote
means me.
Aven.
I really shouldn't have chosen Avon, but it was too good of a. It's gonna make it worse. I think she's
We're
referring to
all
me, so
taking out
I
each
will.
other's
Yeah.
names here.
Althea,
Actually, I'll have my what the fuck are you even? You look like a court jester. Oh god. Okay, yeah, you're coming with me because you can at least read minds and help me out if I'm not doing something I should. I'm not saying all that. I'm just like, Avon, and then I say, not you, Brody, Avon.
I
Okay.
apologize.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Althea will come up to Arabella and say, "Come on, Wim, let's go window shopping."
Okay.
If you happen upon any diamonds, you should collect them, especially if they're
Well, of
worth about
course,
300 gold.
diamonds are a girl's best friend.
And I
Out
will
of
hand
character.
you some
I was gonna
gold.
say, yeah, like how we should out of character, we should probably chip in collectively.
Yeah.
So is it how many diamonds are we looking to get?
Minimum of one, and I believe it has to be worth 300 for Revivify. Is that correct, Brandon?
It's
I mean,
3 or
Brad.
5. I think it's
I
300
think
for a
five.
Revivify.
300.
Yeah, I think 5 is for Raised Dead. I think.
Yeah.
So I'll just pass the
Yeah,
money.
300 gold.
Yeah,
Cool.
whatever the fifth amount of that
Oh,
is,
yeah.
I'll just toss over.
Cool. The Duke kind of tips his hat, in a fake grandiose bow, goes, "My lady, allow me to introduce myself. I am Lord Emberly Stormrun." And he kind of looks at your group at a range, he goes, and he frowns a bit, goes, "I was under the impression my daughter Aaliyah was traveling with your group."
I'm sorry. We were separated.
Oh, well, that's quite the shame. Her younger brother
She
was.
stayed behind in Zobek when we left town. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
did she? Oh, yeah. So her younger brother was very much looking forward to seeing her. She promised she would be visiting soon.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Avon will look at Ari as kind of like a brotherly thing because we kind of look at each other. Just go, why don't we go ahead and look at some weapons or something like that around there? Maybe you could use a new shield.
Actually thinking about it, I'm gonna be needing some stuff for a horse here pretty soon. So why don't we
Horse
start
armor.
Yeah.
Horse armor. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
We should check the shipyard as well. Maybe they got some new stuff coming in. We can get a nice deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go.
And we'll wave and just go, have fun. We'll go off to the shipyard.
So we've once again broken into 3 groups by my estimation.
Yes.
I wasn't expecting.
Oh, where should we
this,
go? Where should we meet up?
sure.
Where and when should we meet up?
Temple of Thor. It's right there.
When?
Nightfall.
Yeah.
Would we be able to return here by nightfall?
Oh, yes. I don't imagine our business should take that long, really.
Excellent. Thank you.
Sorry, out of character, can you guys remind me what are the pairs? It's Ari and Avon,
You're coming with
Althea.
me.
Yeah, Althea and Arabella, and then me and you, right?
It's
Like,
Althea and
I need
Arabella,
either you
Joyblade
or
and Saya.
Arabella.
Okay.
Yeah,
Joyblade and Saya, and then Ari and Avon.
because I'm
Before
so
we
fucking dead if I don't have your help.
before we
God.
leave, I'm gonna give Ari this little token that looks like it's carved out of bone, and it is the Coors logo with a big X through it. I'm gonna hand it to you. Hang on to this. Just it helps me find you should I need to if anything comes up. Just hang on to this for me.
And you behave yourself, Wim. Don't get into too much trouble.
She'll just nod to her.
I smile.
We know she's gonna
Really?
nod, and then she's also giving her a look like, "Don't fuck this up. Don't."
Yeah, that's why I grabbed Joyblade.
Cool. So you guys go to break up. The Duke gestures to you, Sarabella. He goes, "Would you accompany me on my carriage? We will head back to my manor and conduct our business."
Certainly. And going that way, Joyblade is getting. If he's not right behind me, he is getting dragged.
I'm lockstep with you on the way.
Okay. Like, I'm going to need you looking into people's surface thoughts, or I am fucked.
Yeah,
Okay.
I gotcha.
All right. So yes, I will hop on in.
Okay, cool. You do that, get set off, and you guys go ahead that way. Meanwhile, Althea and Arabella, two of you go head off shopping and ask around, where can we get nice gems? Quickly, you're told, head to Dwarf Town. Best gems you'll find in the city, bar none.
Which dwarf town?
Hmm?
There's
North,
3
mid,
dwarf
or
towns.
upper.
Oh, is there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, then I would say the one on the western section where you guys are at would be just where to head.
South Dwarf Town.
Southwest.
It's weird you would have 3 dwarf towns in here.
Yeah, that is odd.
Yeah. I didn't bother looking at the other ones. I figured there was only one. Oh well. Go and head out to there looking for the jewelry shop, kind of talking and checking in with people. Both of you give me perception checks. Perception or investigation?
Okay. I do better with investigation.
Double 15s.
Double 15s.
I'm double 21.
Double 21s. Arabella, you spot something very, very interesting. Because moving through the groups of people out on the streets here are 3 figures in very nice clothing trying to be inconspicuous, but who you immediately see and recognize is the Duke Arvgost, his sister the Queen, and his niece the Princess.
Oh. She's gonna kind of nudge Althea and tell her who they are, and yeah.
Just for my recollection, are those the people that got on the train with us?
Those are people that hired you to get on the train with them, yeah.
Oh.
Did they
The
get
same,
off?
the same people who haven't paid you yet.
Ooh.
What would you have us do, Princess?
Well, I think it's worth a shot trying to get paid, but I don't think we're going to get paid because we didn't complete the job.
Yeah. I'm not really looking for there to be a problem that would make us stick out,
So then
but
we should
maybe
avoid
we
them?
could just follow them.
Sounds like a plan.
Right, and we're just gonna follow them.
Cool. You go following them, and they begin moving further through the town, similar to you kind of checking in at various points, until they go to check into an inn.
What's the inn?
The inn is the Blessed Trees.
Okay.
Looks to be kind of nice. You know, you're kind of looking at like this is the kind of place that looks like it was really nice a while ago and has just kind of run down, and now it's out of style and it's just worn.
Okay.
It's under our par, you know.
Interesting.
It is interesting that for people of their stature, they're choosing to be in such a place. I'm curious about following them, but they would probably recognize you.
Probably.
Hmm.
But they would
I
not
suppose.
recognize you.
Yep, I was just thinking. Yeah, you stay out here. I'll get a feel on what. I'll just get a feel on this. I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay, what do you do, Arabella?
She's gonna follow them in and kind of get a feel for if there's anything else that is kind of suspicious about it or about them being there.
Roll me a stealth check. 17. On a nat 17 on the die, you come in quietly, trying not to draw attention to yourself. But there's a bell on the door here, and you're like immediately like wince as it goes off, and the Duke looks over his shoulder, sees you, and goes pale.
It's why I'm disguised.
He still recognizes you.
Oh fuck. Mama. She's gonna just kind of stand there and stare at him, kind of like a stare down.
Oh, well, you made it off of the train. Fantastic. Good for you. Yes. Something I can do for you?
Oh no, I was just checking out the area. Say, how did you guys manage to get here?
It was most harrowing and dangerous, and we survived by the skin of our teeth. Yes, we did. We opened the door and we leapt from the train, and we walked the rest of the way here.
Oh really?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that the group I was with was the ones that left out of a train and had to walk the rest of the way.
Arabella, roll me investigation.
Okay. God, I should have said
14.
inspiration before. God.
Should have. You always forget your inspiration.
I do.
On 14 investigation, you look, none of their clothes are dirty enough to have, jumped from a train. No, didn't happen at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you on your lies.
What does it matter how we made the trip. We're here in Jozht. We're safe now. All is good. You're here. You're safe. Yes, very good. Very good.
See, I've got.
Give me
I'm
my
not.
money.
She's like, I'm personally not trying to make a scene or anything here, but I believe that my group is owed. A debt?
Right, the matter of payment for escort. Yeah, it was 10,000 copper pieces.
Yeah.
Gold.
Oh, gold.
It was 1,000,000 copper pieces, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, yes, that much. He reaches into his coat and he pulls out what you recognize immediately as a bag of holding. As he goes to pull it like off of his belt, he fiddles with it for a moment, and falling out of his coat pocket is a black and gold embossed ticket.
She's gonna bend over and pick it up.
How did that get there? Arabella, you are well versed in the rules of Sire 1313. You remember the ticket that he handed off to the last passenger to gain you guys acceptance onto the train. As such, you also remember that when everything went to shit, the first thing the ghosts were doing was checking people's tickets. If he had a second ticket, all he had to do was show them, and the ghosts wouldn't bother them.
You. You caused that whole scene on the train on purpose.
I did no such thing. I merely had that for insurance. Why would I get everyone killed on the train?
If my, everybody on that train was already dead besides ourselves. That is a train for the dead.
Yes, and of the 30 people we took on the train, only, us three and however many of your friends escaped or made it out alive.
Exactly, but if you had let them see this ticket, none
But the
of that
ticket
would have
wouldn't have
happened.
covered all of us.
It would have done enough. There wouldn't have been all the chaos that ensued on that train.
Well, if I had tried to show that ticket for a bunch of us, they would have seen right through it, and then we all would have died, and then nothing would have come about it. No, I made the purchase. I had the backup into my insurance, and that's what I did.
What was the insurance for? I want to know, I want to know specifically what made you think riding on the Sire 1313 was the safest route to get to Jozzt?
It wasn't the safest, it was the quickest. And
Yes,
quickness means safety, which means if you can survive for 3 hours on the train, it's better than trying to travel across vampire country for a month.
I guarantee you going through vampire country is not that bad.
It just looks at you like you're absolutely crazy now.
Says the vampire.
This is the vampire princess, yes. Vampire
True,
country's
you'll
not that bad.
never-
It's wonderful this time of year.
Nom 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 nom.
It's just there's I don't think you understand how much happened on that train. If if it hadn't been for one of the people in my group, we would have ended up dying, and I'm sure that would have made you much happier. You wouldn't have a debt.
Well, I would have been much richer right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, but guess what? You're not. How about you just hand over the pay and I'll leave you alone?
He doesn't even fight you. He hands you the bag of holding with 1,000,000 copper pieces in it.
Well, thank you. It has been an absolute pleasure helping you. That she's gonna walk out and go to Althea and go, I got our pay.
You got all of our pain?
Sorry, can you repeat that? Scott, I took the headphone out of my ear.
I said you got all of our pay? They didn't try to short you or anything?
They tried to short us in another way by getting us killed on that train, but yes, I have our full pay in this bag.
I see.
Isn't that like 100 gold?
10,000, as I believe the math that
Oh,
Brandon
okay.
did for it last week.
I'm like trying. Yeah, Jesus. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Well,
You
then
guys have your pay and a bag of holding.
we should
Arabella's gonna
probably.
keep that bag of holding.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pause for the two of you as you prepare to go do your shopping. Now a little bit richer, and we'll hop over to Ari and Avon. Two of you take the ferry and head yourselves over to the eastern section of town. Start looking around for things you want to go. You probably decide to hit the Gods Market for shopping.
Yeah, most likely.
And while the two of you are out there shopping, you notice the Gods Market over here runs right counter to this very large building, which appears to be some kind of university or school type thing. There's various people of all kind of ages, young students with like their book bags with a little belt around their books, all the way up to like college age who are carrying a few scrolls and tomes in a pouch. And Avon, you see a sight that just locks you up. Because standing there without a care in the world is a tall, kind of spindly man with a bristle bush mustache, very nicely appointed clothes, and a cane with a glittering diamond at the top of it, who you're absolutely positive has been dead for a long time.
Do I know this person?
You do know this person. You know this person very well. You murdered this person. You did 10 years in prison for murdering this person.
Ari will probably notice that Avon has stopped moving. He is like literally in the middle of a street as he looks at Jasper. And there is murder in his eyes.
Whoa, Brody, what's going on here?
There's you see him getting shaking with anger. We need to get off the street right now.
Okay, let's go. And Ari just sort of pushes Haven around someplace away from whatever it was he was looking at.
He's muttering to himself, just like, there's no fucking way. I made sure of that. There's no way.
I mean, sure of what? What's going on?
What? Did you see that person? The one that the hat and the cane and all of that.
Yeah, what about him?
I killed him 80 years ago. That is Jasper Rinnick. He was the leader of the Rinnick gang. He's the one who killed my wife and my father-in-law. How the fuck is he alive? Shit. No. There's no way. Somebody. Shit. Avon is trying to piece all of this together. He did not expect this.
As you're standing there looking at trying to pitch this out, you see. No, go ahead, Ren.
As he starts talking about this, Ari looks back over his shoulder at him, using his divine sense. Is he undead or celestial or fiend?
Roll me an insight with advantage.
Insight.
Oh, 8.
Oh.
You're not pulling anything like that off of him. You are pulling a slight necromantic aura off of him that you recognize is a very, very old trace of a resurrection.
Huh. Well, it was Brody, right?
Yeah.
Brody.
I don't know, maybe could he have been resurrected?
Probably. I don't know fucking who would do that. Like, He Ari, when I tell you that I shot a crossbow bolt through his fucking skull, I made sure of it. I made
Oh,
sure every single person in that room was dead before I was captured.
Yeah, the problem is resurrection can be done with like only if I remember right, it's like it doesn't take a lot of the person's body. Like you could dang near totally destroy the body, and if somebody's got access to resurrection magic, they can resurrect them. And it can be like 100 years later.
That's
While the two of
At least
you are looking
that's
at
my
this,
number.
you see he suddenly kind of like he's looking at the front of the university, and he like raises his arms out wide. A big beaming smile comes on his face. And Brian, would you like to describe the character that comes out?
Yeah. You guys happen to see an owlin coming out of the actual college. She's about 5'11", white feathers with black tips on the outsides of the actual feathers themselves. Strikingly the exact same eye colors that Avon has, and is accompanied by a staunchly red bloodhawk with white tips that is on her shoulder on like a makeshift little harness part that's like just a little hook on the top. And she has a very unique bow like strung around to the back part of her that looks to be made out of like twisted branches. And the string is like startlingly white from there.
See, she comes out over to the figure Jasper, and Jasper raises his arms and like gives her a fatherly hug. As her head kind of tilts over that way, Ari, you see from this or these big, beautiful, expressive owlin eyes, and see the two-toned heterochromedia eyes that are Avon's eyes.
She also on her back has a very interesting lute.
All right, now I'm confused.
Forgot about
Brody,
that.
Brody, do you see the owlin back there? Do you
What?
see her eyes?
What? What are you talking about?
There's an
As
owlin over there.
as Avon will look, uh, and the lute is pretty much the exact same way that this one is. He goes almost as white as Althea's skin.
Althea's not that white. Arabella's whiter.
Arabella's skin. Sorry.
I was about to say the same.
It's like his entire body is being torn asunder from his mind because he knows that lute. He knows it really well. And he looks to her and he just looks at it and goes, "She never said anything." Raven, no, it can't be. He starts to tear up. No, 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 no. That's why she was gone. I thought she was at the doctor's. No. How? How? Or I can see that Avon is clearly distraught at this. He's in true disbelief.
Brody, talk to me. What's going on?
I I don't know how it's possible, Ari. But 2 days before my wife's death, She went to go see the doctor. She had a skin condition. It was hard for her to go out in the sunlight. Her feathers would molt out and everything. That's why we always had to keep her covered. She wouldn't go out that often. I thought it was a routine checkup. She never told me until the day prior. She sent me a letter, said that she had a surprise. I was like, maybe she had a new like balm or a potion that she had gotten that in order to help her. But I find out that she was at the doctor's. I I think that may be my child. But that's impossible. That she would be 80 years old and then some. But Ari, I know that loot. I know because I had that commission with her father. That is my wife's loot. Please tell me what you think. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
I guess go up to her and say hi. I don't know.
What, you want me to just go up there and said, "Hi, I'm your long lost father that looks like it's another father right there, but this person actually killed your mother." It's not exactly a great way for me to go ahead and introduce myself, Ari.
Well, perhaps you could introduce yourself by saying, "Hi, I noticed I think I know that loot." You don't have to say who you are immediately. Um, you can be a little more diplomatic, or you know what? We could just, pretend like this never happened, and yeah, and he turns Avon back around. God's market is all in front of us here.
Yes,
I believe we
I
came to go shopping, right? Let's go.
right. I wouldn't want him to be around if I was going to speak with her anyways. I That would be far too problematic.
All right, have you spun Avon around and you like have him facing you and you're talking to him, like holding your hands on his shoulders? You see that that man Jasper has apparently noticed the two of you and is currently walking towards you with his daughter.
Nope, Brody, I'm afraid it might be a little bit too late here.
Right.
Well. If mine eyes do not deceive me, Avon Elsteth has come to my town. The town of Jasper von Liebschenhausen. Come, you must an old friend. We have not spoken such time. You should meet my daughter, Talia von Liebenhausen.
Let's see. Six. Uh, oh yeah, I don't know why the fucking eye for deceit is there, but it's actually 8, 14, 15. 15 insight.
Okay.
He'll just look at it and goes, I okay. Great. He doesn't know what to say. He's kind of dumbfounded about what to do in this situation.
Just say hello and play along with it.
You see, daughter, my old friend is such speechless now that he is here before and comes to meet you, my daughter, for the first time. Evan, I can't believe you've come all this way here. Oh, might it have something to do with your fancy wanted poster I've been seeing around, huh?
He looks at him and in thieves' cant, will look to Jasper and say to him, It's not as bad as the one that was up for you 80 years ago, friend.
He'll respond back in thieves' cant as well. Yes, but mine is not fresh and nobody's paying mine anymore.
I pay for it every single day, you fuck.
I wonder how much money I'll make off of you when I tip the gods that you're here.
He looks at the loot and goes, Talia, was it, right?
Yes?
Did your father ever tell you that there's an inscription, usually on the insides of loots, to mark special occasions and possibly even the person who made it?
She just looks confused for a moment. You can tell by her reaction to it that no, she didn't know that.
Yeah, that's very true. Every good loot maker always puts their inscription or something like that. And that particular one is of elvish design. You can tell by the way that the top parts of the frets actually curve and make it into there. It's meant for much more dexterous hands.
Oh, do not listen to him, my dear. This crazy man once carried a torch for your mother. He was incensed that she was more in love with me than him.
He just looks at him and goes, "Do not bring her up."
Oh,
Look.
does the truth hurt, little Avon?
My darling, would you mind? Do you speak Elvish? If you need to know, she does speak Elvish.
Okay.
She does
She'll
speak
nod her
Elvish.
head.
On the inside of the body is usually where they put it. Would you mind reading the inscription?
She goes to reach around her back to grab at the loot, and Avon, if though you're hyper focused in on her, you can't help but hear the sound of several heavy footsteps. And Ari, similar to you, you start looking around and see there are guards circling around you guys. You've been, caught into a trap. He's been distracting you.
Well,
Can
crap.
can Delissamir perceive all of this?
You perceive everything that happens around Ari, yes.
Okay.
I could see that things are going bad, and I'll just look at it and goes, just like, I will tell you the truth right now. I do not know how this is possible, but this man killed your mother 84 years ago. I should know because I killed him after he killed Petra as Elsteth and Rinnik Valsen. He killed them in cold blood because I was the one that put them away. I am your father, Avon Elsteth. You
As
are
you
my daughter.
finish that last part, I am your father. The guards start coming in, swords and spears drawn. Avon Elsdeath, you are under arrest by the authority of the guardsmen of Jozht. Lay down your weapons and get down on the ground.
As he gets down, and just go, please look inside the loot.
Ari, see several of them come to you. Step aside, sir.
As I'm going to use a sleight of hand to slide her my leather journal.
Go for it.
Please. 23.
23.
Yes. This
Slide
is
it to
the
her.
this is the oldest journal that he has. And inside of this journal has every single one of this is from when he was dating Petra.
Mhm.
And all of the names that would be in there, including her baby names that she would have wanted if she was going to have a child, particularly on the middle of the page, named Irina.
Got it. All right. The guardsman asked for you to step back and away from Maven.
So there's got to be a huge mistake here.
Go, sir. I'm going to need you to step back. If we're going to have to take him into custody now. If there's something amiss with this, we can sort it out at the station. But he's going to come into custody right now. Whether or not you step back determines if you're visiting or staying with him?
Avon will look back to Arnie and just go, the man behind me had nothing to do with this. I was causing him distress. He is not part of this charge. Take me.
You see, one of them grabs you, like the hair in the back of your head and forces your face down on the ground. Shut up! And they start to like twist your arms back to manacle you.
I'm going to fucking pay Jasper. I swear it.
And I don't think so, Avon. You are a criminal. Already with strikes on your record for murder.
And you're a fucking baby thief.
Prove it, why don't you?
And I'll look to Talia, like he's sobbing, just like, please, look in the loot, as he'll also point down to her feet at the journal.
They say one of them goes, "That's enough out of you," and they put a circle around your mouth, and immediately, like it forms two bands that wrap around your head and like latch down.
He tries to say the word arena, but it won't come out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, where are you taking them?
He's heading to the guardhouse. It's just at the south part of the town hall. Sir, your friend will be arraigned. And if it turns out that he is a person who has a bounty on their head for the city of Zobek, he will be extradited to there tomorrow morning.
And when will I be able to speak with him?
He checks over. He says, "Come down in about an hour or two. We should know for certain then what's going to happen."
Very well.
I'm shaking, by the way.
Yeah, you're shaking as you're being dragged away by several guardsmen. You see the one talking
physically right now. Physically.
All right, see the one who's talking to you just nods his head. He gives you a small piece of paper that has the directions to the guard's house. He goes, "Thank you for your cooperation, sir."
You're welcome. Brody,
And go ahead, Bear.
Brody, talk to you in about an hour or so.
Cool. We're gonna cut away from the two of you, and we're gonna go check in on Joyblade and Sayabella.
All right.
Yeah, as all of
riding
this
in the
chaos
carriage.
is going on over here, you're riding in a lovely carriage ride. You
I
haven't done
don't
that
even have
since
to do
Jozht.
anything. I hope that it still reflects even if I didn't directly do it. Anyway.
Until you come to a very nice, stately manor that's like just over on the edge. So they have like, it's not quite beachside because obviously it's just a dock area. Everything's kind of built on over here, but it's still quite nice. It's got a beautiful view of the river. And you're escorted in. And he goes, "Oh, now can I get the two of you refreshments of some sort?"
Oh,
Have I seen Arabella freaking eat or drink anything ever?
Rosie?
Yes, you have.
Okay. I will ask for some wine. Some wine would be lovely.
Cool. You see, he brings over there and kind of like escorts you guys through the matters. He's like pointing things out, giving you the simple little tour, and brings you into the dining room where you're seated, and then a couple servants bring some things to you. Sayabella, you see out of the corner of your eye, one of the doors over in the corner is just like cracked open. You see a very small figure, like has it out and is like trying to peek around the corner. That you recognize from the descriptions as Aaliyah's baby brother Cade, who's
Aw.
only about, I think we figured he was like 6.
Okay. Did I actually ever meet him or
I don't think you did, because I think
know about
you
him?
replaced Aaliyah there in Zobek after she'd already come over to Zobek to live with her aunt for a while. So you haven't actually met her family. You just have
Okay.
the description she left you with them all.
Okay. I will just kind of nod and smile politely towards the kid. Look over at Joyblade.
I'm gonna, I'm gonna try to scan the Duke's mind, like surface level, just as we're doing all this to try to pick up anything I feel like would be important to relay to Saya, so we don't expose ourselves.
The surface thoughts of the Duke. There's annoyance there, and he was like, is kind of going on the train of, my sister promised my daughter was coming in this group. I knew I shouldn't trust her. Never what she says things are.
I will bounce that over to Saya just to let her know that he's irritated and that she's not always upfront with him too. Maybe we can use that. I don't know, but that's what I'll send to Saya.
She nods. Hmm.
Duke comes and he sits down across from the two of you, reaches into his pocket, and he pulls out an envelope. And he sets it down on the table, slides it halfway across the table. The information you requested, Lady Arabella, the name of the person who directly killed your father.
Thank you very much. And she will reach for it and let's see if, and I will take it if he doesn't seem like he's about to stop me.
He doesn't go to stop you.
Okay, I take it. I don't open it, but I take it. Thank you very much.
He says, I wonder if I might ask a small favor of you.
Of course, you've been extremely helpful.
Um, could you pass on a message to my daughter if you see her again?
I nod. I'm not sure if I will, but I can try.
Tell her that we miss her very much. I was wrong, and she always has a home here.
I nod. Thank you. I'll let her know. I'll do my best, I say.
Thank you. If there are any other things you might need while you're here in Jozht, do not hesitate to come by and ask. I perhaps I'll ask. I might ask a trade of, stories of how my daughter is doing.
I nod. I believe she was the last I saw her, she was getting the tour of the institution, St. Brutus's, with her aunt.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that Lady Lenore was going to get her involved in that business.
I see. Is she happy?
I believe so.
Good. That's all a father really wants for their children.
I nod. You seem like a good father.
I try to be, but we all falter at times.
Yeah, we do.
Yes. As I said, if you have need of anything else while you are here in town, do not hesitate to come ask. I will see what I can do. I
Thank you very much.
admit I don't have the reach in Jozht that my sister has in Sobek, but I know a few people.
Good.
Well, speaking of people, I'm sorry, Duke, perhaps you had some context that you might suggest we speak to, or perhaps you can tell us how you came about this information that you've provided the Lady Arabella.
Oh, this information? This information was passed to me through a courier who received it from a investigator of some sort in contract with my sister. He mostly works out here on the northern side, the Imperium occasionally, and the Kingdom of Morgau as well. So it was simply easier for the information to come straight to me. The less transit of delicate information, the safer it is to make sure it's not intercepted.
Of course. And
Of course.
did you have a name for the investigator?
I'm afraid I do not.
Hmm.
My sister does not share her toys.
Siblings, huh?
Yes, quite right. So, would there be anything else? Are you staying for dinner?
Oh well, we were meaning to see the rest of
We had
our
some other
party.
business.
Yes, we
Yes.
didn't want to leave them waiting. It would be rude, and we didn't want to invite them in here without, clearing it with you. We'll meet with them. We'll definitely make time to come back and visit at some point, right, Lady Arabella?
I would very much like that. Jeez.
Oh, very good. In that case, why don't you take the carriage back to meet with your friends?
Very gracious of you. Thank you. And I'll stand up and do the very regal after offer Saya my hand and then
Yep, I will take it.
make your way up. Yeah.
He comes around the table, gives you a very firm handshake, Joyblade, and kisses your knuckles, Saya.
Okay.
Cool. Give me one moment, guys. I'm gonna go get something to drink.
Okay.
I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick as well, so.
Literally shaking right now.
We need to request a tour of the city in our carriage.
Yeah,
We need to know where everything is. What's the layout?
I was thinking something similar. I'm also sorry, Rosie. I'm immediately gonna burn that fucking letter if you let me have it. There's
Right now, Saya is holding it. She has not opened it though.
we
And
know
if you want it,
know
you
it's
can certainly get it from me. So.
I'll ask, but we know it's an investigator. I was hoping he had a name, so I'm hoping if we can at least find the investigator, we can get the information ourselves, so it's not coming through the broker. But
Right.
yeah, I was hoping, and then I thought Brad was gonna be like, "Oh, it's the guy who Brian thought he killed," and then I'm gonna be like, "Well, I want to kill that guy anyways. This is great."
Yeah.
I had no idea he was going to introduce Jasper that way.
That was good.
This
Also,
is-
immediately made me hate him. I was like, "Yeah, we got to kill this guy."
Oh, oh man. Just, literally, I am shaking right now. It's like this.
I also I love the contrast that Brandon is just so calm in the moment as Ari, and it felt very fitting that he was just like, "Well, you can go over, or you cannot say these things. It's really your choice." I was like, "Yeah, it's very on brand. I like it."
Yeah. It's and he didn't even do anything. He's just like, I don't know what the fuck to do in this situation.
Yeah, I definitely had a flashback to when we met George Reynolds the first time, and we got fucking blindsided when Brad was like, "Oh, hey, by the way, all these guys are circling Avon now." And I was like, "Yeah, we keep walking into those traps."
It's like I didn't even try to walk into it, and she literally showed up.
We know to expect the unexpected with Brad.
And even then, expecting the unexpected means we're unexpected.
Yeah.
Brian, were you expecting your mortal enemy to have a German accent?
No, I was expecting a
No.
Scottish accent.
So, when we get in the carriage, I'm going to request if he could maybe show us the layout of the city, show us the important places to know about. Just kind of give us a tour on the way back.
Okay, well, he can give you a tour of the west side of town.
Okay.
Because he can't go to the east side in the carriage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the giant river right through the middle of this town. Why did they build it like this? Ridiculous.
It is weird.
So get a lay of the city on the western side or eastern side, and then
Did he just
landmarks.
tell us about the other side? Are there any? If we get a ferry across, any places you recommend we visit?
If you get the ferry across, Midley, and then there's 3 different dwarf towns. So they're all pretty much the same. Though I don't know why we need to have 3, but we do. And then, the God's Market, you can shop for whatever you want there. They pretty much got it. And then if you're on this side, the place to check out is the Temple of Thor. It's pretty nice, not going to lie. But I like the Temple of Sif on the eastern end.
All right.
Yeah, rumor has it there was going to be like this kind of museum-like thing that was going to be going on over in the Temple of Sif this month. But it's strange, they were supposed to get this artifact was going to come in, some like holy robe of a saint or something, but it never came in. It got like trapped up in customs.
Where's customs at? Where would it be?
Well, all of the central like city structure, governing type things, they're all around the town hall square.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we should take a look at that. I'm kind of curious what happened to that important artifact.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot of weird things happen with customs in this town. Some, they find the damnedest things in shipments. It's like, it's just weird.
Yeah.
Such as, do you have any more examples?
Well, it's like this company was supposed to be getting a shipment of this in, and then everything's fine, and all of a sudden, randomly, they get this tip, and then the guards will show up at one shipment, and they'll just find like half the shipment was full of Kubla-Kane.
Kubla-Kane. I'm sorry. What is Kubla-Kane?
The Kubla-Kane, it's this thing that they, the undead over in the Imperium wanted to start doing some cocaine, but it didn't work for them, so they had to make even better cocaine. And so then they got Kubla-Kane, so that the undead can get higher. But then you give it to people who aren't dead, and it gets you like twice as high. But then you turn into an undead.
Super cocaine.
So they confiscated that, I hope.
Yeah, they did.
Never in my life did I think that super
I hope it's
cocaine
somewhere
would be a
safe.
problem.
I will.
Is it locked up securely?
I assume so.
I hope so.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
mentally
That
send
would be
Saya.
around the town hall too. I hope it's
You're
well
asking-
guarded.
yeah. Specifically, like if we wanted to avoid it, where would we?
I'm just very worried. That's frightening.
Very worried. How much does it sell for?
Yeah, what's the street price? I'm gonna send a message
I
to
was one thing
Saya.
of spiking everything, but
I'm gonna send a message to you and go. Do you think if we got some for Arabella, it would cheer her up, or would it make things worse? It's a nice gift, maybe.
no, I'm thinking that would be a great way to cause chaos is if we like spike the water supply with it.
Turn a bunch of people undead and high at the same time.
He just said it gets the living twice as high. He did not say it turns them undead.
Actually, I did say it gets you twice as
Yeah,
high,
I did.
and then
So
you
that's
turn
an
undead.
that is a very important distinction to make. It does, in fact, make them undead.
Oh, whoops.
I should say it's like overdosing. You turn into an undead.
Oh God.
The silence
I'm
is both
still
of
on
us
the same
contemplating.
But no, she's just acting like super concerned. Oh dear, I hope that's well guarded.
Yeah, that's gonna be Arabella's response. Like, there's Kubla-Kane. There's Kubla-Kane in the city.
So I'm sitting here listening to her, and she's like, "Oh no, that wouldn't be a good idea. I don't think she could use that." And I'm sitting here like, "No, Arabella will experiment with anything."
Arabella's like, I didn't know we came to this town to party.
I
There you
still
go,
like
I
the
found it.
spice,
I
like the
found
holy
it.
water at some of the temples or something. I want that stuff. Oh my gosh. That's
Good. I
in
was
my
afraid
head.
I was gonna have
Only
to
a
find
sword
that
blade is
and try to read that back.
what?
That was an
Yeah.
explanation of what happens when you use Kubla-Kane.
Okay. As we tour the town, before, like, a short ways before we get to the Temple of Thor, which is where we agreed to meet up, I would ask Saya for the letter, and then just
Yeah, she'll give it to you.
I'll poof, burn it up, so it's gone.
Burn it up, never read it. Got it.
Yep.
The knowledge is lost to time.
Good thing Arabella's not here. Let's give her cocaine. She'll forget all about it.
Okay.
Yes.
Pausing
That's
away
how
from the
small
two
it
of
is.
you as you begin to make your way back to the Temple of Thor, as we go now and head and check in with Talia von Liebenhausen. Talia, you've been following back with your dad after that weird interaction out in the gods market, that strange man who was telling him he was your father. The Normally, this to be utter madness and stupidity. Your father is your father. No questions about it. But that man had your eyes. The things he said resonated with you. And you can't help but look at the loot, the only thing you have of your mother's that you've carried with you almost constantly, and wonder as you arrive back at the very nice manor that your father has has decorated and appointed, and you kind of hurry off to your room.
Okay. Talia is going to and Shay, her bloodhawk, is probably like perched right on her, and it goes onto the little thing. Shay is very animated and very protective of Talia at all times, as a bird would be. And Talia kind of just thinks, just like, it's fucking no way. This fucking stupid elf, probably just. As she'll also have the leather journal as well.
Mm-hmm.
It is old. It's about 100 years old. As she'll kind of bring it out, just like, what this fucking guy wanted about this goddamn. As she'll open up the circular part you guys can see on the loot itself. These
Yeah.
very ornate carvings that are not only in like old Elvish, but also have depictions of stuff from like Owlin old lore. So it's a very unique experience for her. She opens up the centerpiece, and on the inside, there's an inscription in Elvish. And she reads it. What does it say?
Don't ask me. You're the one that wrote it.
Okay, so it reads, "To my loving daughter, may your days with this elf provide you more love, safety, and security than 100 lifetimes that he will live even after you're gone. Love always, and always look to the sky. Your loving father, Kivik." And in there, it would have been like, it would have been Petra, would have been the first name that comes up.
Mm-hmm.
As she just kind of looks and goes, "What the fuck? I mean, he's
You
never fucking met me before."
you move on to the old leather-bound journal that he palmed you. Start madly flipping through it and reading it. Every page you read kind of throws your world into more of a spiral. It can't be true. It can't be true. And the deeper you get, the more things you go through, the more things that make sense, that sound right, that track and match, until the unthinkable is that this is all true. Your father is not your father, and something very, very horrible has happened. The only thing you can think here is there's one possible way to figure out the truth. Your father is renowned for making sure you do not go into his office, but you've been in there a few times, and there's one particular drawer he's steadfast and obsessive about making sure is always secured, where he keeps correspondence from his business,
Yeah.
and much older.
Yeah. One of the most poignant things will be at the end is Avon did a one last journal entry, was, "She's dead. Kivik is dead. My entire life is dead. I will find Jasper Rinnick and his gang and murder them tonight. I will have my revenge for their deaths. Whether I die or not is not the case. And she will go and she'll look at Shay, goes, I know we shouldn't be fucking doing this, but Shay, I need you to go ahead and check for something for me, all right? Just follow me, all right? As she like whistles to her and she like right on her shoulder. Just goes, all right, you know the deal, all right? I'm not supposed to go in Dad's fucking office and everything like that, but he ain't around. And I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put this to fucking bed and go ahead and just make sure that it's not some fucking dumb, like stoked out fucking elf on Kubla Kane thinking that it's just, oh, you're my dad and everything. Oh, fuck off. I'm just trying to fucking piece this all together. And Shay would probably be like, "Eh," and like kind of like nodding and everything, and like pat her on the head with a wing, as she will take up residence like at the end of the hall.
Mm-hmm.
And Shay's been with Talia for a long time.
Yeah.
And so they've got little like clicks and words that only bird folk can really do. So they have like little signals that they could use. So Talia will listen at the door first before anything.
Give me perception.
Cool. Passive or rolled?
Oh, if you want to call passive, call passive.
Passive is 25.
Passive 25. The room is your father's office is empty.
Got it. I will lightly open the door as she'll like as Shay will almost do like a little tiny salute,
Mm-hmm.
and she will go in. All right, in now. As she'll go
Okay.
to the desk.
All right. I need a sleight of hand from Shay then to unlock the desk.
Okay. She does not have inspiration, so here we go. Oh, I have it in. Okay. That's a 10. I don't know why it's still showing. Not queer whisper toggle. There we go. Yeah, so 10.
10 does not succeed.
Okay. Just gonna try one more time.
And why are you using? I thought Shay went into the room.
Shay's watching.
Oh, Shay's watching. Okay, the way I thought I heard that you opened the door and Shay went in to do the thing.
No, Shay's gonna be watching the hallway, just so that way if anything happens, she can like give the signal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll me a stealth check.
Cool. Jesus.
8. You don't have much time.
Okay, got
And
it.
you know you don't have much time. So your options are to keep trying to pick the lock or go for broke and just break it.
I'm gonna try one more time for a sleight of hand.
Okay.
Jesus. Nope.
5. Okay. One more stealth check. If you get less than 10, you're going to get caught.
Okay. 24.
24, you got time.
All right, last one.
Roll me another one. The check is now 14.
21.
21.
Can I get one sleight of hand that's above a 10? Please.
Another stealth check. We're at 16 now.
Okay. 20.
20.
All right. Last one. Fucking.
It's
We're at
not
18
meant
on
to
stealth
be.
now. 18, barely.
I just want one. Just give me one.
You could just break it.
Fine. She gets into that point, and she'll take the dagger out, and she'll just
jam it into the wood. You give it a hard tug, and it splinters and cracks, but it pops open. Clearly, there's no way you're going to hide it. You've broken into this. That's for God clues. You
5 sleight of hand failures as well. Yeah.
yeah. There's gonna be enough scratches on the lock to tell like someone's trying to pick the lock. Pull out the paperwork, start flipping through it, looking frantically for what you're trying to get here. Almost at the very last bit of it, you've almost given up hope of finding anything that might point you clearly. Then your heart sinks because you find correspondence to a temple of a sun god in Zobek, detailing the payouts for a resurrection in the event of death. Your father is meticulous in his bookkeeping, always careful with his money, knowing exactly where it goes and how much. And that's how you're able to track the money as you start flipping through these and you see, the money to pay out for resurrections, the money to pay out to the guardsmen, the paperwork here for the name change from Jasper Riddick to Jasper von Liebenhausen, the money for the transit out here to Jozht, the money to pay off the guardsmen in the prison to make sure that one Avon was put in the worst possible conditions for all 10 years.
As she starts crying.
And then the last one, the payouts to a forger to forge the birth certificate and guardianship documents to you.
There's literal, like, she starts gripping the papers, just like, I fucking bastard. As she'll like lightly whistle over to Shay, just looks at her and goes, "We're fucking leaving. We're leaving right fucking now. I can't do anything while I'm around. I'm gonna fucking bring him down. I can't do it right now. All right?
Shay nods and chirps at you.
Is there a window in this office? All right, cool. She throws open the window and bolts out, flying, dashing.
Yeah.
It's just as a couple of feathers are left. Just ransack the entire office. And she'll take the paperwork with her. And she's going to go straight to the prison.
Okay. You're getting ready to head out your way to the prison, and through your connection to Shay, you just get like flashes of images that you kind of able to translate. But you get like the image of it's like 4-year-old cartoon drawings of a prison, a stick figure of Avon trapped with a sad face on it, you arriving, several guardsmen, you getting beat up, you put in prison. Then there's another one that goes this same setup, but you there, and then what looks like someone with long blonde hair and armor with you.
Okay. Where the fuck am I getting these? Fucking gotta ask him about all this. As she'll literally just be flying as fast as she can. Shay will be ahead of her because Shay has a 60-foot fly speed. But she's trying to keep up with Shay currently.
Yeah, Shay's constantly feeding you back the image. Like Shay thinks this is a bad idea, and maybe you should talk to his companions before you do something rash.
Give me a second. Rolls. Roll a d20. Yeah, 14. Yeah, Shay will be like chirping back to her, and it'll be like, and she'll like air brake about halfway across the river. And she'll stop and go, shit, all right. I can't risk something me getting all that. All right. I go ahead and scout around and see if you can't find that fucking blonde-haired, like, what's it fucking guy? Armor. Hair tied up.
Shay just kind of puffs up, affronted when you saying, like, can you find it?
I know you can find it. I'm just saying, I need you to find him. All right? He's very good looking. All right? Very debonair and all that.
Okay. And Shay speeds off towards the west side of town.
Yep. And Talia will follow her.
Cool. Okay. It's about middle of the day. Maybe we're getting into the early parts of the afternoon when the five of you meet back up outside the Temple of Thor.
Great. If I had a chance to go anywhere private, I would have changed my look back to being Saya again
Okay.
instead of because I don't really need to be Arabella anymore.
Yeah, you had time to do that.
Okay, and I just will have to trade cloaks with her when we meet again.
Yep.
And
Ari, we left in pairs. Why are you alone?
Yeah, where's Avon?
Avon was apprehended and taken to the prison.
What?
what? I
We got-
thought he was disguised. Did he let his disguise slip?
He was recognized by his old enemy.
Ugh.
Apparently, like the guy who like killed his wife and who he served 10 years in prison for murdering, supposedly. Oh, he was resurrected. I definitely sensed that when I was
Oh.
like, well, maybe he's undead. There's
Oh.
lots of ways someone can come back from the dead.
I'm
I
sorry.
s-
Speaking of resurrection, did we get any diamonds?
Did we
Oh,
get
yeah.
any diamonds?
Well, I don't have any money for any kind of diamonds.
That
that's
was
for
you
sure.
and Arabella's job.
Arabella peeks up. She goes, "Oh, speaking of that, one, Saya,
cloak.
the look that you did on me obviously didn't work that well because I got recognized anyway. But I was recognized by the people that hired us. I got our pay.
Okay. And diamonds? Were they able to get that?
They would have been able to get the diamonds in that time, right, Brad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right then, yeah. She'll also.
How many did you get?
How many were we supposed to get? Like 3 or?
Say
One
3.
minimum.
Yeah, just do 3. We all chipped in
Three seems
for
good.
diamonds.
If more
but
than
we'll
3
just
of us die, we're really
just say 3.
Yeah. So she got 3, and she'll hand them over.
perfect. Just
All
in
right.
case. And
We-
now, Joyblade, I think we were interested in finding the prison anyway, so we now have 2 reasons to go there.
Yes. So jailbreak, is that what we're doing?
She grins. And I think we
There's-
should look into that other thing that the driver mentioned. We have a carriage. No, he can't take us to the. We'll need to take a ferry across the river, I guess.
I'm sorry. Like, are we sure that a jailbreak is the only possible option here? Like,
I was
I mean,
planning to
half
do a
of us are
jailbreak.
already criminals
whether-
anyway.
I need to do the jailbreak, whether Avon was in there or not.
At this, flying down and swooping on and landing just a few feet away from you is Talia.
As a decent sized bloodhawk kind of like swoops back onto her shoulder, just like, okay, there you fucking. Okay, okay.
Who's this?
Good
Okay.
day, milady. I didn't think I'd be seeing you again.
No time to fucking talk about this. All right, who and be honest with me on this. Please tell me he's telling the truth.
He who? Avon?
Yes.
The elf? Yeah, he had a wife. He served prison time for killing the guy you think of as your father.
God. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. This is a lot to fucking take in.
I'm
mean-
sure it is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to break it this way to you. I wish it were under better circumstances.
Me. Because I found all of this as she'll like pull out the paperwork. It's all of his notes and like all of the ledgers and everything. Like he was telling the truth. It's just I can't fucking believe he would do this to me. I'm gonna
You who?
fucking ruin him. A Jasper. My former father. Fucking prick.
Right. So,
Baby fucking stealer.
what is your name?
Well, I'll tell you this much. I don't like Talia in the first point. It sounds too fucking push. And she'll flip through the journal just like, I had a name for me. He wanted to call me something. At least my mom did. He wanted to call me Arena.
Choose your name.
I mean, my mom chose my name. I'm not gonna. I mean, I'd rather have this and at least my name with her. And so she'll pull out the loot. He goes, "That's my mom's." I mean, what he said on the inside is true. Elf guy. I don't know your name. Sorry.
I'm Ari Galathiel. At
Hi.
your service. And he bows low.
I appreciate it. My former dad is probably going to be fined where I went off to because I kind of ransacked the inside of his actual office and stole a bunch of things and probably on the run from him. And he's going to be trying to go ahead and probably put me in prison or get me killed or something like that. So,
It's a
gonna
good
fit
thing
in
I've
with
already
us.
decided I don't like your person who
Who
wants
in
to
the-
be your father.
Who in the world adopts the child of their enemy?
to go ahead and probably get back at them for actually killing him. I did notice he did have a weird cross-shaped scar on his head. I thought it was just something like a dimple or something, but kind of looks like a crossbow bolt. So yeah, kind of sounds about right. So no offense. We breaking my dad out of prison?
I like that idea.
Probably. I'm Saya. Nice
Saya.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Irina?
Arena, yeah. And so with an A-E, kind of like my dad.
Irina. Okay.
Yeah. And this is Shay. As Shay does like a very like purposeful like wing bow, just like this is my blood hawk. She's been with me for about good 20 years. I've raised her since she was a chick, just like me. But despite the situation, we should probably be fucking going as soon as we can. Okay?
Sounds like a good idea. And you'll see Joyblade walk past you and then pick up Mal, who was on a perch eyeballing your Bloodhawk.
That Bloodhawk is probably bigger than Mal.
Yeah, it is. I'll pick up Mal, but I'll say Mal's kind of weird though, so I really didn't want to see that happen. And I'll walk back over and set Mal down at Saya's feet. Right. We were actually just debating whether or not it's a jailbreak or some other different operation. I'm Joyblade, and I'll point to Althea and say, "This is Althea. She's probably the most reasonable of us, aside from Ari." Althea, did you have an alternative idea to breaking in to the jail?
The bounty is out of Zobek. Did they say whether or not
They were gonna extradite him. That's the problem. They were gonna get him out of here and bring him back to
that's no
Sobek.
good.
Okay, so how about this? All right, we take care of the business that we came here to take care of, and then whenever they're going to transport Avon out of here, we get him out of the convoy, because breaking him out of a whole-scale jail is just asking for trouble, and
No,
some
I
of
intend to
us
break everyone out,
there's
not just Haven. You don't have to help if you
why
don't want to.
there's murders and there's all sorts of scumbags in that jail. Why do you want to break them out?
I need to do it.
She seems pretty fucking dead set on this, doesn't she?
You don't have to help. I understand.
I mean, I could fly,
But
so I can actually provide better perception than most of you. Not gonna lie.
it will hopefully have the same effect elsewhere and be helpful to some of my people. So I need to do it. You don't have to help if you don't want to get involved.
Right. Okay. So we're doing this. All right. We need a plan, and
Hey, I love you. Okay.
we need to get off the streets. So why don't we
we do.
find an inn and get in there before we start discussing plans for a major crime?
Also, the thing that we came for is held up in custom.
Oh, it's held up in customs. I
Yes.
should be able to go ahead and take care of that.
Oh,
My
really?
dad owns the fucking. My dad owns the shipping company.
Oh, have you seen any other seized shipments of contraband?
Oh, that's my whole fucking job. I was a spotter the entire time for the last like 10 years.
Okay,
No
like
lies
Sarah
and all that.
looks from Arena to Joyblade, back to Arena, back to Joyblade with this huge, very excited, like kid on Christmas look on her face.
Joyblade will nod at you like, "Yep, this is gonna work out well."
Ari has his hand on his forehead over his eyes, kind of thing.
Arabella's just been
good
standing against a wall and she's been silent, so
I do agree with Althea. If we're going to talk about this more, we should do so privately. Let's get a room at an inn and discuss it away from prying eyes and ears.
Sometimes Thor likes to help my deity with some of his antics. Sometimes. She says, kind of glancing up at the temple, but yeah, let's go.
Arabella, you remember, on your way in here, the guardsman suggested to you an inn of ill repute named the Uncommon Porpoise over there on the east side.
so she's gonna relay that to the rest of the group and say that might be our best location. And then she'll also
Sounds like a good place.
she's also going to finally introduce herself to Arena.
Pleasure to meet you. You're quite beautiful, gotta say that.
Do you introduce yourself as Arabella or as Wim Watertight?
Jesus, that is
Plumber extraordinaire. Looks like someone's gonna clean these pipes tonight.
I just love that that ends up being where the name went because I panicked and came up with one.
It's wonderful. It's
The wonderful Wim Watertight.
That
Oh my
episode, that
Jesus
episode of fucking Family Guy where Peter's trying to come up with a different name. He's like
Peter
Griffin. Yeah, Peter Griffin. Damn it.
Yep. Now she'll say, my name is Arabella, but call me Wim for now. I will properly introduce myself later when I do
Oh.
not have to look like a peasant.
Oh,
You don't
right.
look like a peasant. You're gorgeous.
Yeah. As Arena, we'll just give her like a cheeky wink. Just like, I gotcha. Say,
Let's go.
so I'll meet you all there because none of y'all have wings, so I don't actually need to go ahead and take a ferry like the rest of you. So I'll see you there. Bye. As she flies off.
I like her. Says Kaya. I like her.
Yeah, you guys would have automatically noticed also like the eyes and everything like that. And if anyone was he explained it, it's like she looks almost exactly like Petra.
Cool. You guys gather up your things, head off, get your way over to the eastern end of Jozht, and find yourselves a little ways. Where would this be? Probably somewhere down over on this section. Far towards the back, away from the heavy traffic areas, down the red light district, where you find an inn nestled into the back called the Uncommon Porpoise.
Has Arena been here?
I don't know. You tell me if she would have frequented the red light district.
I mean, she's lived here her entire life.
That doesn't
Like,
answer
she's-
that question.
Sure. Let's roll a history check. 13.
13. Let's roll a d20. 3. Yeah, you've either been here or you know of this place.
Yep. Most likely sailors in port probably talking about it.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. She'll probably be sitting there like at one of the lodge booths, just like over here. I haven't actually had a chance to come here, but I got us around, and yeah, the barkeep's very nice. He has bugs for she.
You guys come in and sit in this place. This place is decked up to the nines, full in the theme of a red light district. Everything is either red velvet or red leather. There are these beautiful long drapes that hang over all the walls. As you find yourself sitting at the the big semicircle booth with the table in the middle of you, a bartender comes over, sets a series of drinks down out in front of you, and then the madam of the establishment comes walking in, 9 feet tall, spider from the waist down, a female drider.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Arena is intrigued.
Althea is instantly paralyzed with fear.
I could probably be able to see that. It's just like, oh, what the fuck are you talking about? She's only half spider. Shouldn't be a favor.
Arabella goes, Althea, it's just an itsy bitsy spider.
Shut your fucking face.
Itsy bitsy my ass.
Irina will kind of like move her wing around Althea, just like, all right, I'll go ahead and I'll cover your face from the giant spider.
No. I've got 2 swords and I'm perfectly capable of using them.
Well, honestly,
she is a person, and we are in her establishment.
It's true. So decorum is kind of the best thing you should be.
The madam comes, scurrying over to you and says, "How do you do? I am Madam Alanira. Welcome to my establishment. Are you here to partake of dessert, or is it just the usual fare of drinks and dinner? I should let you know I have a fine selection, the best in all of the city, and we treat to all desires and tastes. You simply need to name what you are looking for."
One for
Arabella's
everybody. Dessert for everybody, please.
She looks over at Joyblade. In the Sylvan, she says, I'd rather spend time with you and Arabella. She just says that to Joyblade in Sylvan.
He'll do the math. He'll say, okay, 1, 2, 3. All right. Well, is anyone having dessert, or are we just drinking and discussing our plans for the evening?
Just drinking.
I'll whisper to Althea, they say the madam is the most experienced if you're trying to...
She outright decks him in the face.
Listen.
Roll for an attack.
Roll for an attack. Okay.
Roll athletics or acrobatics.
Listen, maybe she should also into BDSM.
22. I think that's gonna hit you, Joyblade.
It does.
She just
Ow.
decks you in the face.
Okay. That's
Oh.
that.
Joyblade, take 4 damage.
All right.
Wow,
Well, I mean,
ouch.
a simple no would have been fine. It's a little bit specious of you, but that's all right.
She goes back to
can-
staring at the spider part of the madam and just kind of gripping her hands.
Well,
I
I'll
think
tell
we're
you.
just having drinks and dinner. Huh?
Very good then. Should any of you like to see the catalog, simply call out my name. I'll be happy to show you the treats I have in stock. And she scurries out of the room.
Hey, maybe we could at least, maybe we could just look at the catalog because it's joyfully.
I mean, I'm intrigued, honestly. I mean,
All right. So, breaking
All right.
Avon out tonight. Are we thinking? I mean, I have a few tricks. I can probably do something to lure them, like the guards outside. I'll turn to Arena and say, do you know how big the prison itself is? Is it fairly large? Is this a small holding place where he might be if he's going to be transported somewhere else? How big is this place?
Arena would probably know that, right?
Possibly roll me either history if you want to know. Yeah, roll me a history check.
Yeah, and I
If you, okay,
I mean, honestly, for
Joyblade.
her dad's shipping company, they would have been transporting prisoners out of the river in order to go down through there through the Margrave to Zobek, most likely. So it makes
Listen.
sense that she would kind of know how big it would be.
Okay, if Joyblade can lure someone out, I steal their clothes, and don't worry, she says to Irina, and I'm very good at disguises. And I can go in and start getting people out, hopefully.
I mean,
Is it so? Is sorry? Is it a fairly big prison, Brad, or is it like a small holding facility that they use to transport prisoners elsewhere?
Decent sized. This isn't a full prison. This is more of like a county jail type deal.
Okay.
Like this is where you get processed and decided, if you need to be released out and given like a fine, or if you're like gonna go see the magistrate and then be sent to the full prison.
I have another idea. Okay, nobody's. All right, let's look at the catalog. See how much they cost. See if we can send some people as a free treat to entertain the guards.
I mean,
And during the chaos, we can get some people out.
she makes a good
And
point.
they'll have a good time because they're just doing their jobs.
Arena will
What do
kind
you
of
all think?
Arena will kind of take the salt shakers and kind of make them like a makeshift little thing of where the prison entrance and exit are, of where like the prisoners come out of, and it's just like, oh yeah, that would actually work. I mean, there's an entrance
Oh.
here and the exit here. I mean,
It depends on what they charge here too. But what do you all think?
I don't think it's a good idea.
all right, well, what do you got in mind then?
I like the idea of having Saya sneak into the prison and perhaps open a door for us. So we get into the prison and we can have somebody on the other side of the prison set it on fire, right?
Oh,
Set the prison on fire so that all the guards are worried about putting it out, and we can sneak Avon out during the chaos. Now,
okay,
I don't
but I
know
need
about
to get
this.
everybody out.
I don't know
And
about
we
this
don't
busting
burn
everyone
everybody.
out.
It has to be everyone.
Well, then why
Listen.
don't? If we're going a mile, we might as well go 100 and kill all the guards and just bust everyone out afterwards.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Real
Just
extremes,
Whoa.
gonna
Althea.
show him a good time.
You know what? You know
We've
what?
gone from buying them
I
prostitutes
need
to killing
to.
them.
I think I need to go pray to Sif. That's what I
It's a
think
good
I need to
sunset
do.
over
Wait.
there.
I'll
Yeah, it's a very pretty
catch you
sunset.
guys later, okay?
All right. I
Alright.
mean, the temple's over to the left, north side of the town. You just
Wait,
make
Like
it all
we-
Saya
I think
elbows Joyblade
we-
and says, "Can you make sure he's not about to go rat us out?"
I'm
And
just gonna
Sylvan-
like, I'll put my hand on Ari's shoulder and just go, wait. I think you were actually on to something, Althea. I think Saya could sneak in. I could sneak in as well. The two of us are pretty good at picking locks and disguising ourselves and appearing as others. And then we could open the door, get you all in. I don't think this needs to be a kill all of the innocent guard type thing. I do think there's a way to get people in and get Avon out. If that's where you would like to end your participation, that's perfectly fine. Perhaps Saya and I could then try to pick locks with the other jail cells on our way out. I don't think we need to kill everybody. I think the fire was actually a fairly good idea too. We
I
could
like
distract
the
them a bit.
fire. Yeah, I like that a lot. But and if there's a fire, we definitely should let everybody out, or we are also killing a lot of prisoners.
That's a good point too. And if they haven't got their due process, very important.
Whatever that is.
It was words to make me feel better, Saya.
Mm. Okay.
We can
I'm sorry,
go.
Ari. I know this is beyond you, and I didn't originally intend to involve you, but then Avon got arrested.
And if things are the way they are,
Well, I believe I owe Avon the favor of getting him out. So I am all on board for helping with that.
I
As
appreciate
far
that.
as the rest of them,
Are you willing to look the other way? If we don't murder.
I mean, they could, if the only way to actually get him out is to get everyone out, then that's just necessity, isn't it?
I don't think that I would hope that murdering everyone would be unnecessary, but I don't agree with breaking everyone out of this jail at all.
This is the
Arabella-
only way.
Arabella, you've been rather quiet. What are your thoughts?
Hmm.
well, we might break
I've
somebody out, but how are we not going to get caught? Well, excuse me,
Well, the
how are
fire
you
might
not going
help.
to get caught?
I've just been sitting here listening to the rest of you babble on about this. I've got other things going on in my head. But, I didn't have any idea of murdering anybody. I could blind or deafen someone at least. Let
I can
that
do that
be.
too. I like it.
Yeah, I feel kind of odd because I'm not the one sitting here suggesting murder. So, yeah,
Are you
we could also
usually the one doing
command
that?
someone. Yes, I'm usually the one that
Usually,
suggests
yeah.
that we take some heads and we make them roll.
Well, it's good to know. At least I know what I'm working with.
Yeah, don't
I
mind me. I'm a
note
bit
that
off my game right now.
my idea was an orgy. Just put that down on the record.
Steve and I think that would be great.
See? But fire is also a very good idea. That'll
Ooh,
mean everybody will need to get out.
actually, Arena will have a devious idea. She'll just look at Arabella and just goes, I mean, your friend Saya, it was, right? Or whatever your name is.
Saya.
Saya. She's got a good point. And then you wouldn't even have to pay nothing for it. Because I'll put it on my dad's tab. Wouldn't that be a sight?
Yeah. I just need you to trust me here. This is my way of helping my fellow changelings. It's it's necessary in order to help them.
All right, so are we putting a bunch of prostitutes on my dad's tab right now? That's the question.
Can we do that?
I mean,
I love it.
I'd suggest so, but like maybe put a few extra on his tab for some of the others in this group. Just saying.
I think you should send somebody to him so that they can keep him busy as well. Um, what do you think?
the thought.
Althea, Ari, either of
You've
you.
been very quiet now.
Ari asked a good
I
question.
cannot endorse this plan, but I'm not going to argue against it either.
All I'm asking is for you to look the other way.
I mean, you're giving justice to someone who decided to steal me from my mother's nest by essentially put him in financial bankruptcy with whores.
That's why I wasn't going to complain.
Great, then we have an accord. Miss?
Hold on.
Ashley, you were
Althea?
gonna say something? Go for it.
Yeah.
So Ari brought up a good question. Once we get them out of the jail, we're going to need to get out of town without getting caught.
Mm-hmm.
We need to take care of anything we need to do here in town before we do this heist.
You're right, and part of that is you're right. That's a good point. Although we are on a time limit for Avon. Although if we can get Avon out legally, then maybe. Yep.
So the only thing we're doing here in Jozht, well, two things, I guess. I guess a few of us wanted to do some shopping, but
No, we did.
But I didn't get paid, so I don't have any money. So yeah. Anyway, the other thing was contacting the Temple of Sif and seeing if they know anything about the artifact, the robe.
Nope. Listen, they don't because it was held up in customs, and our new friend here seems to
Rena?
know how to get things out of customs, and maybe some contraband that also got taken. I think it would be very beneficial for us to get our hands on that. So maybe we start with all of these things first.
Arena, you recognize when they mentioned like, oh, we need to get those robes. And you're like, oh, the robes, the holy robes. Yeah, you were, at your father's behest, you made sure that shipment got caught and the robes confiscated by your father.
Yeah, my dad's got him. My dad has got him.
Okay, what about the contraband? There was Kubla cane.
What?
Oh yeah,
What?
tons of Kubla cane. That's in your basement.
Oh,
I want.
so that's what I was in the shipment. God damn.
Sorry, just to clarify, your father has the robes like at his home, like in his personal possession.
Do they have? Are they at the home?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. From what it sounds like, I didn't even know you guys were going after him. Otherwise, I would have
Well,
snagged them
neither
before
did-
I left.
Well, we didn't know they'd be with your father. So what is he doing? Do you know his schedule? Would he be home? When? How
That's a good question.
would we do this?
Would he be home? But I don't want to come back now because I've already fucked up his office.
Yeah.
Would he probably be at home? Yeah, he'd probably be at home right now.
Yeah.
Your dad does most of the business work from home.
Yeah. And he's probably freaking the fuck out right now.
And what is he gonna do with all that Kubla King?
I'm not really worried about that. I'm worried about what he's going to say once I go ahead and start actually ruining his business, showing the fact that he's a baby stealer.
Does he love you?
I think honestly, he liked the fact of actually having me around. The fact that he could hold this over Avon. all this time as one
Okay.
last fuck you to my mom.
Two
What if-
things can be true.
What if we draw your father out and then some of us go in, or all of us go in and get the robes and then get out? Because I agree with Althea and Ari. We should get this done first before we break Aiden
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, those were good points.
Okay. I got a
So-
couple of things we could do.
So, first things first. Arabella, let's go ahead and split up our payment, and Miss Irina here can hold Avon's portion until we get him out. That way we don't have to worry about who's got what money, and if we need to go split up and go shopping first, we can do that. So while you work on that, we need to figure out how we're going to get to these holy robes, which are in Irina's basement, right?
More or
No.
less, somewhere in the house. Irina's not entirely actually sure where her dad keeps the extra contraband that he, quote unquote, deems too unsafe to be stored in the warehouse. So he is like, it's safer to keep it here in the manor where we have everything. We have much better security.
Yeah. And-
Arabella's going to put. Oh God, it's gonna look to Irina and go, "How? Do you know if your dad gets down to daddy business?"
Daddy
Does it-
business?
Do you mean if he fucking brings over people and shags them? Yeah. I mean, he's a man.
Well,
It's like I
Sending
got no
over
mom.
some sending. Why don't we do part of that plan we started with? Getting him some entertainment to keep him distracted.
I mean, it could work.
Why don't I just smite the hell out of him?
I mean, you could.
You could.
Are you gonna
a good
smite him in the way you smite me?
I hope.
I'm sorry.
I was
What?
going to use the steel sword, not the flesh one.
I'm sorry. What?
Oh,
We should have
Okay, this is
probably
questions that
told
need
you
to happen. Okay.
this group is very promiscuous. Everyone kind of fucks each other. It's part of the thing.
Okay,
no,
now.
no. I only like.
No, excuse me.
Me and Ari are
only,
real tight.
okay, I like you all, but I only like two of you. I'm sorry.
Karina just kind of
And I
puts her
hope it's
wings
obvious
back
which of you.
inside of her, like the thing just goes, okay, got it. Mhm.
All right, so potentially killing him. All right, I agree he's a bad person, but I think we're trying to maintain that maybe we can do this without violence. Why don't we try to distract him, and then Ari, if that doesn't work, you can smite him non-sexually. That should be fine.
Does Arena remember what kind of women usually go and see Jasper?
Roll me a history check.
Cool. 21.
21. He has a thing for young women of exotic hair color.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What does that
She
mean?
just
Like,
she
I have
kind of
white
looks.
hair.
She kind of looks at Althea and just like, I'm not gonna lie,
And
he's got a thing
Althea.
for like girls with weird hair colors, and you got pink hair color, and that's kind of on the nose. I mean, we could
Catalog.
dress you
We
up
don't
and
have
everything
to
like
have
that.
Althea do it. It could be catalog.
You could do your nails.
Arabella speaks up. She goes, I don't know if she may be the right choice. She recently lost it to me,
I
and it wasn't as great as it could have been.
myself. I could disguise myself as Althea, I suppose.
I mean, you could, or any other person that has like exalted hair colors. Like he has a thing
So
for
white
like.
isn't exotic enough.
I mean, if it's not too white, of course, but if you got like little like
She's got
flecks
her
of
like
stuff in them.
shadow fae look with the horns and the white hair and the golden eyes.
He's brought a couple fire genasi before. Those were real fiery. Not gonna
Hmm.
say. But most of the time it's like women with like usually like exotic hair colors. So your friend Althea here would be a good pick.
Well, and I don't want to
Not
speak
even
for you,
comfortable.
Althea, but Althea, you seemed somewhat uncomfortable with this prospect, and Saya is very good at disguising herself. We can just have her color her hair differently if that's more your
Look,
speed.
last time Saya disguised herself as me, we ended up causing like a war between courts.
That's
Have to
yeah.
disguise myself as you. I can just.
Yeah, why
She
don't
just
you just
like puts
change
her
your
hands
hair
up to her
color?
hair, and she was turning it purple. Just as yes, like as you're saying that, she's turning her hair purple. So
Thank you. See? And now we can have one of the actual promiscuous people here go do
I'm not
promiscuous
that
things
promiscuous.
while.
I'm
Really?
not. I have
Anyway,
3 lovers.
I
Oh,
am going
like
to go
she
look
looks at
for the robes.
Arabella. Like, I think I have 3. Do I have 3? She asks, looking at Arabella.
She just shrugs and goes, I don't know, you could have more than that. I
I
don't know, you're so
mean, are you one of them?
I
Is
think
this
we're
really the
going for
time and
first.
place?
Circle yes or no. All right. A team
Yeah.
distraction, B team get the robes. Let's divide up the group. How are we doing this?
Okay, apparently I'm team distraction.
But
Oh
we should
God,
have
I'm
some sort
getting
of
never
back.
after. Oh.
Go ahead, Rosie. Go ahead.
No, I meant to say, like, I didn't mean to say it out loud. I was saying it in my mind, but it came out of my mouth anyway, so just ignore me.
What was it?
Yeah, but what did you say?
I was saying I'm getting Neverwinter 5.
Oh, I'm tying this guy up
Never after.
because
Never
he,
after. I don't know why I
Yeah.
always say.
I haven't listened to it, so I don't know. But
All right. So perhaps if Saya shouldn't probably go alone, right? Like she should have some form of backup in case something goes wrong.
Okay, so here's
we could.
here's a plan. Okay, Ari and I will go to the Temple of Sif and make sure that they don't have any information that we need. And it shouldn't take too long. It should be, yeah, no, we don't know where they are. They got held up. Cool. At that point, we can head over, all of us, to Irina's house. Saya and Arabella can tie up our
Yes, I was
friend.
nodding. Yeah.
Tie up
We don't
her,
both have to have exotic hair color. We can go in as a team. You're seductive plenty.
They can
Okay.
tie him up and have as much or as little fun with him as they want. And failing that, they can just flat out smite him. While the rest of us can look around the house and try and find the holy robes of Lady Sister Adelind.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So once we have those, we need to secure horses for the 7 of us.
You'll not need any horses for me.
You're going to get very tired riding across the countryside. Or
I can
flying
fly.
across the countryside.
Arena, you do know your house has a full stables with several
Yeah.
horses in them.
I'll look at it and just go, you just fucking steal the horses. I got a bunch of
Perfect.
them back at the stable.
So then we'll steal the horses for the 7 of us so that you aren't tired by flying out.
If we have a little bit of time, I won't be needing a horse,
Yeah, it's fine.
but I do need a little bit of time.
Whoever is retrieving the robes, can you also try to retrieve the Kubla cane? I would like some, please.
I'm on it.
You just want like a little dime bag?
History check. 19 on Kubla Kane.
You know about Kubla Kane, yeah?
I'll look at it and go,
Someone-
honey, you don't want to fucking do that.
I'm on it.
I want to
Don't
fucking do
worry.
that.
I
Don't worry.
she will tell a story, a
I
quick
know what
story.
I'm doing.
She will tell a story of a sailor who literally started trying to fly because she saw him doing it at one point, and he literally drowned in a fountain.
It's for religious purposes.
I highly doubt
promise
Kubla Kane
I
is
know what
for
I'm doing.
religious purposes.
Arabella's
I
like,
need-
Saya just got cooler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
so
And definitely Arabella can handle it.
after
Oh, that's
we
for
get
sure,
the
darling.
horses and everybody's got all the things that they need, we can take the horses a couple of blocks away from the prison. I'll stay with them so that I don't have to be involved with this prison break that I don't agree with.
Oh,
You
so
don't agree with helping my fellow changelings
and you don't agree
with
with
their
actually
freedom?
breaking my father out of prison?
I've told you this is why I need to do this.
I understand that, but that doesn't mean that I have to like it.
I know.
There are monsters in that prison, and they
How do you
should
know?
stay there.
Yeah.
We don't know what kind of people are in that prison. There are monsters running the town that are not in prison at all.
Then what about that?
So, I'll stay with the horses. You guys can go set the prison on fire and distract the guards. Break out as many people as you want to before you get caught. Hopefully, you don't get caught. And then we can get on the horses, all 7 of us, and ride out of the south side of town and figure out where we're going once we're away from this shithole. Does it sound like a plan?
It's a plan.
Yep.
All right.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Althea, you and Ari, we're going to go make a quick stop over to the Temple of Sif to check on about the robes first, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So while everybody's getting their rocks off at the inn, Ari and Althea can go over to the Temple of Sif.
Yep.
Cool. I know what section most of the role play for the off week is going to end up at now.
I am truly not intending to do anything with that guy. Just get him tied up.
Important question.
Yep.
How much gold do each of us get after splitting the gold?
It's 10,000. We didn't. You guys already paid for the 3 diamonds before. Before you
minus
got your
900.
payment, right?
Yes.
So then we can just take the 10,000 and split that amongst the 6 of you.
Okay.
It looks like it spreads to. We're just going to call it an even 1,666.
Okay.
I need a calculator.
1,666 per person.
No, I got that.
She needs to add her gold on top of it.
1,666 plus.
Irina will see that. Just like, you guys are the fucking weirdest group ever. Like, straight. Like, y'all were actually protecting my dad as well.
We're gonna try.
Mm-hmm.
I actually.
I'm surprised no one's
myself-
response was your dad's the only one in the group, not fucking somebody else in the group.
It's true.
That's not true. That's
Not
not
like you
true.
haven't.
One time. It was one.
One time is still one time.
One time down Sausage Lane is enough.
There was no sausage
There was no
involved.
sausage involved.
No,
There's
just a
bunch
rabbit
of
in the next
Reuben
room.
Sandwiches.
Just a rabbit in the next room.
Spotlight.
Okay, so Ari and Althea, you guys break away from the group and go heading
Hold on.
off.
I think Rosie said spotlight.
Rosie said
Rosie did call
spotlight.
out spotlight.
Oh, did you? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Rosie, what's up?
She was gonna say to Irina, I actually swore myself to be your dad's sword and protect him. He's been working for me. He's become a dear friend. So, yes, I would like to set your father free and continue being his sword.
That's good to know. I mean, could be a lot worse. Could have also done a lot better, but I don't barely know you that well. So I appreciate that. And honestly, I kind of wish you weren't there. Otherwise, you would have been in a lot of bloodshed dealing with guards. So it's probably better that your pretty boy over there was there with him. So now you get a chance to go ahead and cut some people up to go ahead and get him out.
Shall enjoy doing so.
Seems we are at accord.
Are you good, Rosie?
Yes.
Okay. So, Ari and Althea are headed over to the Temple of Sif.
Guys, head over to the Temple of Sif. As you get there, you see this temple seems to be in the process of being like retrofitted and renovated. It almost looks like they're getting themselves into war readiness as they're like taking down the fancy opulent sections and are turning them into battlements. They're erecting siege towers to protect the four corner sections. There are several female acolytes in bronze breastplates, armed with bows and axes, bearing round shields on their backs, standing guard around the recently erected wooden gates.
Interesting. This is a temple?
Yeah.
It is a
Sif is a
temple.
war god.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
And Nordic. These are Northmen. So, yeah, I wonder if the women are representative of Valkyries.
Well, let's get inside. Althea will approach the gates with Ari.
As you approach the gates, the two women up in the front that are guarding give you a respectful nod. They look over your shoulder and goes, "You're welcome in here, sister. But the man doesn't come in.
Why is that?
We don't allow men in the halls of the Shield Maiden. Unless he's yours."
No,
Hey,
he's just a
yo.
friend.
Do you intend to take responsibility for him as he comes in then?
I will.
He goes, "Very well then." And one of them steps forward, stabs her spear into the ground, pulls her shield off the side, and twirls an axe. "We go to first blood."
Wait. Where? I'm dueling her, or is she
Yeah,
dueling him?
You're dueling her for the right for Ari to be able to come in.
There's no
You know,
need for this.
I
We
don't
can-
need to go in. I
Yeah.
can just, I got some
appreci-
armor shopping to do now that I got some coin in my purse.
I appreciate your dedication to your goddess, and if a fight is what is needed to bring him in, then I will not desecrate your temple.
Yeah.
Roll me an
they probably were
insight
hoping for
check.
they were probably hoping for the fight.
Roll an insight check. Okay, I'm gonna use my inspiration. Oh,
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
All right, who do you want to give the inspiration to?
Can I give it to myself?
You cannot give it to yourself.
Okay. I'm gonna give it to Ari.
Ari's got.
Okay, who
Yeah.
needs it?
I already had it.
Actually, Arena
Yeah.
needs it, so I'll give it to her.
Yes, Arena absolutely needs it.
Cool. Nat 20 insight. You clock onto the body language of this would immediately call up what knowledge you know of Sif and all this other stuff. You suddenly realize that what you've been challenged to a fight here that really didn't have anything to do with Ari. It was a test for you. And walking away from a fight is gonna lead you to pretty much have no clout or or
No honor.
credibility to get
Okay.
anything here with any of these women.
All right. A fight's a fight. Let's have at it then.
Cool. Give me an initiative roll. Let's see who gets to go first. She's got a 9.
And she has a 10.
10. You square off with her. You got first turn. First one to hit wins.
All right. First one to hit.
First one to hit. It's first blood.
First blood. Okay. Give me 1 second. I have a question.
Yeah.
So extra attack. You can attack twice, right?
Yes.
You get 2 attack actions.
You get two attack actions. Well, not exactly. Depends on what you're about to ask me, but that's not actually accurate to say you have 2 attack actions.
So
You just attack twice with your 1 action.
Yeah.
So
If you're asking me how many swings you get dual wielding, the answer is 4.
no, I understand that. My question is, can I take 2 swings with a sword and do a pirouette with the bladed dress?
Is your pirouette a bonus action or an
It's
action?
an action.
It's an action. Let me look at that sheet real quick. I'll let you do that as a bonus action.
Do you want me to edit it to say a bonus action?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
I say probably just use your blades though.
Yep. So 4 blade attacks and a pirouette. Cool. Let's do this. Alright. First attack. Oh, it's not flaming. Did that affect its to hit? Let me check real quick. No, it does not. Okay. So 17 to hit.
17 hits.
First blood.
Alright. First blood.
As you square off with her and take up very fine fencing stance that you were taught by your master. And quick as a whip, she takes a step forward, and halfway through the step, you just gracefully swing around her. And she's like, scoffs. She's like, miss. And you just kind of point to her, and there's a thin line across her cheek where a single drop of blood flows down.
First blood, miss.
So she reaches up, like touches her cheek. Like you see, she's shocked that you moved and got her that fast. Was hoping for a longer fight, but fight's a fight. You're fast.
I am dexterous.
Who taught you to wield a sword?
Oh shoot, what was his name? Tarm Sridard.
You see her, let me roll a quick history for her. She just kind of nods her head, doesn't seem to recognize the name. You and your friend are welcome here in the halls of Our Lady.
She nods and begins to enter. Come along, Ari.
Ari follows.
Cool. You're walking in. You see the ceiling of the temple, or the main part of the temple, resembles the hull of a great wooden longship that seems like it was flipped over, and that's what they built the first part of the temple out of.
Mm-hmm.
And as you come in, you are greeted by what you can only assume is the High Priestess. A tanned, leathery-skinned woman, looks middle-aged, very muscular. Has dark streaked hair has dark hair that's pulled into tight braids that run down her back. Their hair is streaked in with these gray, and the braids end with these little yellow ribbons. And she also has a gleaming silver breastplate and a cloak of winter wolf fur. Greetings to you. I am the High Priestess, Jagoda Mazrek. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
I swear to God, I thought you were gonna say Keska, and I was like, fuck.
Well, you see, I'm here looking for information about the holy robes of Sister Adeline. Do you know anything about the location of these robes?
Holy robes, they were supposed to be given to us for safekeeping. They were being transited from another order of warriors, but she like scoffs. The fucking town officials say there's some sort of contraband, and they've got them kept for right now. We're attempting to do negotiations with the town, with the mayor, the jarl, over the return of it, but we've been stonewalled so far. And there's rumblings that some of the ne'er do wells are gonna attempt to keep our mouths shut because we've been asking too many of the wrong questions. That's the reason for the war footing outside. Personally, we kind of like it when someone wants to come pick a fight. Gives us some exercise.
Understandable. All right. So you don't know where these robes are?
Currently, no, I'm afraid not.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. Do you know about what properties these robes have?
Properties of the robe. It's been a long time since they were actually used in any kind of combat. Mostly, for the past several decades, they've simply been kept as either a display piece or something to be secured away in the vault in times of, or turbulent times to make sure they weren't lost.
See.
Personally, if I knew where they were right now, I'd lay siege to the fucking building myself and take them back.
Well, I hope you find them.
I'm about to say, I think Arena told you guys where they would be at.
Yes. Yes, Ari.
Is there something in your mouth there, son? Oh, I get it. Look, it's very flattering that you might come here seeking to pledge to the goddess, but she's not that partial to males. If you head onto the other side of the town, the Temple of Thor, a big strapping lad like yourself, I'm sure they'd be happy to take you in.
Indeed. Thank you. Thank you very much, milady.
Althea leans over to Ari in case he needed to whisper to her.
I guess we know where we need to go. I hope it doesn't cause any problems for him.
Indeed. Well, thank you, High Priestess. We will be taking our leave.
She nods her head. Before you go, I heard you bested one of my warriors at the table, or at the door in 3 steps.
2.5.
I like you. I didn't catch your name.
My name is Althea.
Althea. Glad to have met you, Althea.
Merry meet. So,
Okay.
until we meet again, and she starts leaving.
Cool. You guys make your way out?
Well, Ari, if we're gonna become criminals, we might as well go the whole mile.
Can we run into Dwarf Town and see if I can get myself a piece of armor?
Sure.
Althea agrees.
I'm looking for a suit of plate armor.
A suit of plate armor. Yeah, that's doable. Is that all we're looking for? Just a basic suit of plate armor?
Probably all I can afford.
Let me double check prices. Obviously, the only thing we're probably going to see is see if you can afford +1 armor.
I was gonna say, Player's Handbook has basic plate armor. It's like 1,500 gold.
Yeah, that's true. Where's my armor? If you want to get adamantine plate armor, that's just an extra 500.
Oh,
Oh dear, yeah, but
Sure.
at 1,666 gold, you're just a little shy of the 2,000 you'd need for that, huh?
I'm at 1931, and I do need to buy stuff for a horse.
There's perfectly good horses that we're about to steal from a stable that probably have tack.
Steal the tack from the other horse.
Do they
And the saddle.
have? Do they have armor and a military saddle?
They do not. They will have no armor and a basic saddle.
We can always outfit your horse later. The armor will kind of need.
Well, he's still 70 short on the armor anyway.
Is he though?
If you had said you needed a little extra cash, I would have given you some Ari on the way out. Because I didn't end up buying the gun because all I bought was armor in our last visit. So, and that was studded leather. So if you had said, "Hey, can anyone float me?" I would have floated you some to get your armor.
Althea passes Ari 100 gold.
Thank you. I owe you big time. Adamantine armor, it is.
Cool. A while later, it takes a moment to get by the armor, have it magically molded and fitted so it sits correctly on you. You arrive back at the Inn of Ill Repute with wearing a full set of gleaming adamantine armor. Remind me that you no longer take critical damage.
There you go.
All right. So, Althea and Ari return to the group, and they start heading towards.
How much would they have paid for a suit of chainmail?
Suit of chainmail?
Yeah. How much would they have given me for that used?
Oh, they've given it back for you. Let's see, where's chainmail? Chainmail is 75 gold. Yeah, you probably would have got 50 gold back for it.
All right.
How long are we waiting for all of you?
Not very long.
Like an hour, maybe a little hour and change.
Okay, just so that's a time window we have for the roleplay channel
Yeah.
later. Okay.
Like I said, you're getting your rocks off, so
Probably.
probably.
Sampling the catalog.
Ugh.
So Althea and Ari return, gather up the group, and we start heading towards the manor of what's his face?
Jasper.
Jasper. Does that sound about right? Does anyone have any objections?
Yes.
Nope.
Jasper von Liebenhausen.
Question for Irina. Does your father have any friends that might do this sort of thing for him sometimes? Buy him entertainment, I mean.
History check?
Yeah.
Because we're gonna need to explain why we're there, you know.
No, you've always kind of neglected to ask too many questions about this particular thing. It's kind of icky to understand that what your dad's doing with hookers every now and then.
Yeah, just like, listen, if I started asking who he's going to be shagging every single time and who actually bought him the shag, I'd be seeming like I would be a little remiss that one night.
I just meant any drinking buddies, anything like.
I mean, Not that I can really tell. He has got a lot of correspondence because he's a businessman.
All right.
But
Businessmen do enjoy that kind of thing, I think.
I'll
So the only other noble you would know here, Saya, is Duke Stormrun.
Duke.
Yeah. He seems nice. I feel.
implicate all the storm runs. I'll go ahead and I'll get a better look around along the shape, and she'll.
Oh. So when are Arabella and I
When are you and Arabella what?
going to distract Jasper?
You tell me.
I think we got to get inside first, right? We're still outside. We haven't gone
You're
in.
still outside, so that was gonna be my next question. Because I got Arabella and Saya over here getting ready to go into the front gate.
Okay.
Our second question was gonna be, how are you guys planning on getting in?
Is there another entrance?
There's not another entrance.
Is there a backside?
We are going to be dressing.
Is there a backside to the manor?
Yes.
Okay.
Arena would have pointed that out.
Is it possible to climb over the wall?
It is possible to climb over the wall.
Just climb over the wall.
Okay.
backside
Move
of
you
the manor.
guys to the back side of it over here. Okay, so Saya and Arabella, two of you arrive up at the front gate, done all up to the nines.
Yeah, I have a disguise kit, get some, slutty looking clothes and probably not wearing my armor.
Mm-hmm.
Want to be clear that Arabella doesn't have to do much to make herself look like that, so.
Yeah, Saya
Wow.
was probably like, I need to find some slutty clothes. Arabella's like, you can borrow some of mine.
No, I'm sure I have something.
Yeah.
But okay.
Are we
Yeah,
going
that
for
one dress
slutty
you
in the
wore,
daytime or slutty in the moonlight?
What time of day is it?
You tell me.
I would think we're gonna do this in the evening.
Yeah,
Nighttime.
nighttime.
I would think.
Okay.
Yeah, because if we're doing this at the nighttime, then she doesn't have to be as cautious of like keeping herself covered with her cloak. So she can be totally promiscuous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Cool. You
Right.
come up over to a well-constructed stone gatehouse with a crenellated flat roof. There are huge iron-bound doors that lead inside to the manor area stand closed as armed guards peer down at you from the battlement. You see, look over there. You can't quite see their face underneath their helmets. He goes, "Who goes there?"
Oh, just
We're
two women. Hope. Go ahead, Ange.
No, that's all I was gonna say. But you go.
Yeah, she's gonna go. Just two women hoping to have a good time with some well-deserving men.
Roll me persuasion with advantage.
I'm gonna call out that I'm gonna use. Oh wait, no, I'm getting advantage anyway. Never mind. Oh wait, I used the wrong one. Persuasion. Sorry.
14. But the guardsmen like looking down at you. You're kind of like talking. You hear like talking amongst each other. We got a break in a few minutes. We'll be good. Like, they called out this. Yeah, you can come up. We'll show you some company and a good time, my ladies. And the gates open up for you.
How many? I whisper to Arabella.
What'd you whisper?
How many people are we entertaining?
I don't know, but don't worry about it, darling. I'm used to it. I can coach you along the way.
This just turned into a scene out of the smut book.
I am not trying to do things. I am not. I am just.
I'm telling you, this just turned into a scene out of a smut book. Like two adventurers seduce the entire team of guards for
Seduce
massive
their way
gangbang.
into the castle.
What is the name of the
I-
book, though, Ashley? You gotta at least share it with the rest of us.
I agree. I read smut books a lot. I would need a saddle.
I hope you read the Kushiel books, Rosie.
Dark in disguise.
See?
Okay.
There we go.
Well, that's going on over there on the front side. Over here on the other side, as you guys get ready to scale over the walls. Obviously, Talia, you don't need to do anything, except you all have to make a stealth check to climb. Stealth check climbing up the wall to keep from being seen, and a stealth check climbing down the wall. In addition to the athletics 15 required to scale the wall.
Oh boy. All right. So
This is working
a
against
stealth-
me.
One of those I can do.
A stealth check and an athletics check, right?
Stealth check and athletics check, yep.
Okay. Here goes.
Oh, Jesus
Oh
Christ.
no.
Althea has the problem that kids have climbing the rope in gym class.
Althea's trying to figure out how to climb a wall in a dress.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
A dress made of blades. No wonder your stealth isn't that great either.
All right.
Ari will try to help Althea when he sees that she's having difficulty.
Sorry, Brad. You said one stealth up the wall and one stealth down, right?
You have to do another one when you come down. Yeah, okay. Althea, you're struggling to get up the wall at all. I see Ari clanking and clanking. It's about halfway. Reaches down and like grasps your hand and lifts you up. So you like grab on around his neck. So he piggyback carries you up the wall with him.
Okay.
You all get up here on the wall, but you know, Ari's got a 5 stealth. Joy Blades is only 12. It ain't all that much better. So you are immediately accosted by a couple of guards.
Althea just kind of looks at the guards and says, I suppose there's no way we can talk this out, huh?
We're part of the show. The girls going through the front door where the surprise that comes after. Nope.
Important question. Have I attuned to my dress?
Yeah. You've had like an entire day and stuff to be able to be attuned to it. So yeah, you're fully attuned to it.
Wonderful. So the same question as before. Can I take an attack action to use Dance Floor Danger and like still attack with my swords along the way?
No, because your Dance for Danger is a full action.
It's not an attack. Okay.
No, but it is your like main action, which is where your attack action gets used.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Orange Guard takes first turn, sees you guys coming over the wall, readies up his short bow, take a shot at Althea. She's in the front there. 16.
16 will miss.
All right. Shot misses you. Althea, it's your turn.
All right. I want to give this a try really badly. So we're going to do the Dance Floor Danger.
Cool. Roll me 3d6.
Let's roll 3d6. 10.
10. Okay.
And she's going to move past all 4 of them.
All right. I got to make 4 deck saves, going from starting across as you move through them, which would be red, green, blue, orange. 2 of them are going to get hit and take the full amount. But 2 succeeds. Red fails, green succeeds, and orange succeeds.
Okay. Any attacks of opportunity are made with disadvantage.
Okay. I think red's the only one who's going to get an attack of opportunity. 12.
Miss.
Okay. Do you want a pirouette as a bonus action?
Yes. Alright, so we're going to do another 3d6.
What a question. Do you want a pirouette as a bonus action? Yes.
8 damage.
Yeah,
For
extra 8. I gotta make 2 more dex saves. Green's gonna succeed.
You gotta make one more.
No, I don't.
Why?
Because he's dead.
Oh. Oh, damn. Okay. Jesus.
I think I did 5. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do. Okay.
Althea just comes up spinning and spinning and spinning.
See,
and then-
Althea sees them all up out there, and Althea just kind of raises her arms and begins to spin. Before, Althea's movements have been graceful and smooth like ballet. Here, there's something about it has changed. Here, it's more salsa. As she spins really fast, the dress spreads wide, and the centrifugal force causes the blades in the skirt to seep out further, so you can hear them whistling in the air as she twirls forward and goes right in between and out of them, stopping, spinning even faster. Her feet stamp in a rhythm as she goes ta 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 ta. As she comes right into the middle of the guards, stops, full poses with a rose stem in her mouth, both of her arms up in the flamingo pose. All 4 are dead.
All 4 are dead?
It's just that moment of you come through there, stop, and everything freezes for a moment, and then blood just pours out of all 4 of them.
Jesus. Wow.
So no taking any prisoners. Got it. Thanks for setting the standard.
I did not mean to kill all of them.
We're coming in guns blazing.
So much for
Althea's
nonviolence.
looting the bodies. What does she find?
Irina is kind of shocked because she kind of knew a couple of those guards. She's like, that one was Jimmy. There's actually
Why,
going to go and
Irina?
see his kids.
Why?
Damn it.
If they go to loot them, each of them has a short sword and a short bow, basic leather armor. I think they've probably each got like 5 silver in their pockets.
Okay, so 20 silver.
You fucking not go ahead and loot the shit out of the people that were actually just hired by him. Thank you.
They're
Got
not going
things
to
to
need
do.
it anymore. It's fine.
And you don't need it either. Go ahead and fucking scale the shit. Come on.
Let's go. Althea
As
has
you're over
already
there
taken
looking,
it.
you look, and the guardhouse is right here that they came in. As you're like walking over there looting, and you look in, there's stairs in the guardhouse that go down.
Oh, well, wonderful. I'm just going to take the stairs.
Oh, I like stairs.
I'll follow too.
I'll take the top area.
Cool. Pause with you guys. We'll go back over to the infiltration group. Yeah, 2 of you have come over here into the courtyard where there are about 6 guardsmen who've come down to be entertained.
All right. I am going to follow Arabella's lead on this.
You get a hole, and you get a hole.
Or not. It depends what we end up doing.
Ashley, aren't you
Taking
yelling at
things
us for
the-
being too profane on stream?
Oh man.
Wow. Just fucking
For shame,
wow.
Ashley, for shame.
For shame.
Look what we've done to Ashley.
Right?
How dare
Yeah,
you?
I've been
All right.
corrupted.
Arabella, what's the play here?
What's the play?
I will assist. In fact, I will cast guidance on you with a very soft whispered prayer to Loki as we go in.
Yeah, it's the good
So you
old
get
Morgan
guidance.
mosh pit.
There's
It's a good
6
old-
guys.
I am
There's
not
six-
taking 6 for
there's
the
6
team,
guys.
or 3 for the team.
No.
Six
No.
Six
I was gonna
guys.
say there's 6 guys. We split up. You get 3, I get 3, and you know
What
we
are
can
we
either
doing with them?
look, give them a good dance, offer them
How
some
about we
services?
put on a show for them? That's something I might like more.
Then yes, we can put on a show for them and we can ask them if they want to join.
Wow. All right. Let's put on a show for them because then I don't have a bunch of strange people pawing at me.
See, she looks at all the guys and goes, I don't know about you guys, but I always think being able to watch is a good time. So maybe you could watch for a bit and join in if you like it.
I want this fully noted here that none of this is my doing.
No.
Yeah.
Saya still is like not thrilled with the and join in part.
Okay. I need one of you to give me a performance with advantage for the other one helping.
All right. Let me see. What is your
I have a
performance
3.
at, Rosie? Okay, I'm going to do it then. And 16.
16. Do you want to add your guidance to that?
Okay. 20.
20.
Dirty 20. Very dirty 20. The dirtiest.
Wait, do
I
you
believe we
have
can probably establish that as the dirtiest 20 we've ever had.
do you have any command or anything like that?
Command? No.
Like command or like suggestion or some other kind of
Yeah.
mind control thing. So what she's asking.
Loki's gift. I can bullshit them just about any way we want. But I assume we would have discussed some of this on the way up.
Yeah, I'll agree that you two of you. I would hope you had some kind of plan when you got here.
I also, can cast them in darkness, make somebody go blind.
I feel like
Arabella can do that
Saya's
too.
coming to the
Make them
conclusion of
afraid.
you don't get to make the plans anymore, Arabella.
I'm happy to perform with you, but I don't really want them joining us.
Hey, I know we're having
No,
a good
I was
time.
asking if you're able to hold on. I was asking if you had command or suggestion or anything like that because I was gonna be like, we could totally do this as a spell thing where, give them a kiss or something and like knock them out at that time or something like that by whispering. I had all those thoughts.
Okay, nope, I've got it. Loki's gift. We will do a little bit of a girl on girl performance here that we got a dirty 20 on, and then I will follow up with Loki's gift. You all get the night off. Jasper has purchased you entertainment at the Porpoise.
Cool.
And
Give
I
me
will
your
cast
persuasion check.
Loki's gift.
Or no, you give me a deception check. With that you have advantage on because of Loki's gift.
Mm-hmm. What happens if I can't use my inspiration for this, right? If I
No, you already have advantage.
Okay, but I'm going to use my stopwatch because I'm scared.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
It's an 11.
Stopwatch.
The stopwatch, re-roll it again. 23.
I am so glad I used that stopwatch.
The guards are
They all
very
get the night
impressed
off and
with
get to go to
your
the-
performance, and yeah, like, oh, cool, we get early night off, and the boss set us up with some entertainment at the Porpoise, so it's a good night. Cool, yeah. And if just like treated what you guys have done as like some kind of pre-show.
Yep.
I do want to point out the time.
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on it, but we started just a little late, so
Okay.
this will be where we close out the week, though.
Well, we
You guys-
got rid of the guards, and the more evil characters are the ones that didn't kill anyone. I'm
Let
not
that be
evil,
pointed
but,
out.
one of us is.
I'm proud.
I am proud too.
Okay, real quick, right before we finish, I'm gonna put one. We're gonna do one time. I'm gonna hit the seduction table. We're gonna see if it's something appropriate. If it's not something that we think fits, we're just going to ignore it and continue on finishing out the night. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
that'll work.
Yeah,
Both of you
which one of us
have
gets the
advantage
attack?
on one wisdom roll next week.
This was great. Next
Awesome.
time, let's make Joyblade watch next time. He can join in. Sorry.
Oh
Okay.
man.
All right,
I like how
everyone.
Arena.
So, this is the end of the show for the night. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Chat has been wonderful this evening. If you guys enjoyed the show, make sure you join the Discord to keep up to date with art announcements and shenanigans. And we will see you guys next week. Brandon won't be here next week, though, so we have to say goodbye to Brandon. But
As Ari goes off in
What's
search of
it?
his new horse.
Yes,
Aw.
horse.
I was gonna I think I'm next on the recap, and I was totally gonna do it as talking to my dagger at Samael. Although now I'm like in the middle of this scene, and it would be very weird.
so, say goodnight, everybody.
Good
Good
night.
night,
Good
everybody.
night.
Right.